could listen to it.
Yeah, I've heard
But
it
it's the same song.
times.
I mean, he hasn't.
You know,
written a
I
joke.
find myself, I'm in the back of the room and Bobby's on stage.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm in the back of the room and he's on stage and I'm like, then you just find yourself, he was like, I know this joke, but then you just laugh.
Still
You just,
good.
yeah, he's just like that.
It's like
He is-
pizza.
yeah.
It's never bad, is it?
I think Bobby could be one of the greatest
bad
comics
pizza.
ever. He's so fucking funny. He's just always funny.
But it might ruin him if he started writing more. You know what I mean?
Like that's
It might-
not his thing.
Yeah, it might ruin like the essence of like what.
No, I want to
he
know what
does.
else is in there, man. He's such a
He likes doing TV.
Yeah,
what he
he
told
doesn't.
me.
He'd rather be acting, but he should just be the greatest stand-up ever. Like he should just be writing stand-up all the
Can
time.
you even imagine?
In fact, I would
was a
force
thing?
it on him. I would put him in a room.
Don't you think it's too late? Like do that to
No.
Bobby, you're gonna kill him.
I'd be like, Bobby, you're staying in this room, and you will not come out until you come up with a new,
new
10
hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Oh,
work.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
No, just for the day.
10?
For the day.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you will not be allowed out until you
That's not the
come
way
up
it
with
works,
a
though, is
well-formed
it?
joke that makes me laugh.
that's not the way it works.
Well,
though.
it would be
Yeah.
with me. And by the way,
Like you can't do
What
that.
and by the way,
Wow.
I turned the air conditioning up super high.
Taskmaster over here. You'd be.
That's
I know.
so that's what
this
they,
kind of
they-
father
they
you are?
Like he's Tony Robbins of comedy or
Well,
some shit.
the U.S. government, like I think they did that to the Chinese guy who they suspected was selling nuclear secrets to the Chinese, which of course I'm sure he was, and they kept him in the room, and I guess they would just turn the heat way up, and then they turn the air conditioning way up, and it'd just be these little subtle things.
So
where
are you trying to tell me your
freeze
motivation tactic is the same as
temperature?
your
Get
motivation?
Bobby to
yeah.
start writing.
Uh-oh, looks
How-
like it's
how
the
old is
Sahara, and now it's the Arctic, you fuck.
Enjoy.
Write jokes, you shithead.
How old is Bobby? Asians, you cannot tell.
Yeah, he's like 70.
He's 78 years old.
At
We
least.
have no
minimum.
idea.
Yeah.
He has to be 40 something, yeah?
Yeah, Bobby's
yeah,
like
yeah.
45.
No, he's older than that. He's like 49.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He is not near 50.
Yes.
he's gonna
he
die
is. He's going to.
47 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that.
God, he looks young.
Yeah. Well,
Damn,
that picture.
Theo's, well, no, Theo's 39.
Damn, Theo's almost 40.
39.
Yeah.
Damn, Joey's 56.
Why say 39? Surprised you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I can't surprise me. I didn't know
younger.
he never talks about his age.
Yeah, unless
Joey's
it's fake.
56. How old's Rogan?
52, my age.
Oh, wow.
How old are you, Eric?
I'm old. I'm same age as Bobby.
Bert's 46.
Yeah. I know we're all old. You know what I mean? We're not all young whippersnappers like you,
No, Elon
Schaub.
Musk is that much younger than me. I feel that hurts my feelings. How is Alex Jones only 45? That guy looks
No
every bit of 60.
way.
He looks every bit of 60. How is that
least,
guy?
I
How,
agree. I
how
thought
am
he
I
was
7
62.
years older than him?
His is stress, though, isn't it?
Well, I don't know what it is. Maybe poor eating habits or something, but he looks older.
I always like to go to Twitter, right?
People just age.
I like to go to people's Twitter and then see who they recommend. It's always like, I sometimes you're like, if you go to your own Twitter and it says, oh, you may also follow, sometimes it's insulting
Oh, I know.
who they think that you're.
I know. It's very insulting.
I'm lumped in with just all dudes, bros.
Well, the YouPorn does that same thing too. It's like you might be interested in this. I'm like, I don't like chicks with dicks. Bro. I don't know why this
Well,
is.
what are you looking at? You know
That's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying. What did I click on? Where it gets that?
Well, 50% of porn, there's a dick in it anyway, right?
so they're like, if you
So
like, this,
the odds
you might
are,
like this.
the odds are there's going to be a dick in the porn at some
Well,
point.
I will type into my search engine when I'm talking to Sasso. We're having a conversation about something serious, and I'll just type in
To Sasso?
sexy cowboy
Yeah.
or big cock, and I just start sending him images from the internet as he's talking, and he'll be like, "Yeah, so I think for the most part, what we should do. Hey, what the fuck, dude?
But then your search history's that.
Yeah,
yeah, you
How about I did a food truck diary with Michelle Watterson, and she was staying at
Love
your
her.
B&B, and she goes, she's there with her husband, you know how she's sweet and innocent she is. She goes, oh, there's a picture of you and Brian at the house. I go, oh yeah? She goes, yeah. And I go, which one? She goes, you know how sweet she is. She goes, well, Brian has his cock in your face.
oh, there's probably a lot
And I
of
went,
that.
and I didn't skip a beat. I went, which one though? She goes, you have more than one. I go, I'm sure. Which one is it? She goes, I go, oh, is it on the beach? She goes, yeah. I went, oh yeah. Brian's like throwing his dick at me. She goes, yeah. I went, oh yeah, that's a great picture. It
One of
was
the
so
greatest.
funny though.
Is there a lot of
Such a great
Photoshop,
picture.
like sex
no, that's a
pictures of
real
you guys?
picture.
Oh.
But see if you can bring that up. It's a real picture.
Dude, Joanna took that picture with one
Joanna
shot.
took that
That's
picture
how old
when
that
you
is.
when you guys were first dating.
That's right.
Damn, bro. Long time ago.
the beach,
That was when I
right?
could jump. I was probably 45, Bubba. I think I was 45 years old when I did that. For real. I was 45.
What are you,
or
proud?
46. No, it's just weird that I was there. It is.
Oh, so obviously,
My girl took that.
well,
She was
obviously
like, "Oh,
somebody
it's like-"
superimposed.
No, that was me.
No, that's he's really. He
No,
ran
I'm
and
saying
did.
like people
I said to him,
at
I
home
remember-
take this
Oh,
picture.
we'll do something with
and,
it.
you know,
for sure.
I said to him too. I go,
Photoshop a
I
cock
feel
on
like
that.
I'm going to jump really high right now, and I just went, ah! God, that was a perfect picture. Look at that.
She did it with
you
freaking.
just
She was like,
love it.
"Click, got it." I was like, "What the fuck?"
God, that's a
I don't
great
see that
shot.
picture.
Not bad.
Wow.
Good hops right there.
I know.
I'm not mad at that.
When I did ballet in theater school.
Oh, well, that's
it was
very
the first
ballet.
Time, it was the first time I
That's
realized I
super
could
ballet.
jump
Yeah.
super high because I would jump and I could do all the tours jetés and stuff. And I was just, she was like, the woman who's next to me is from Ethiopia. She goes, "You jump so high." And I was like, "Yeah, it's news to me. I guess I
Well,
do."
what's great about that picture is that it's not a fighting picture because you don't like what move are you about to do?
Yeah, it's very-
Well,
throwing
you
my
don't
cock
go
at
in
him.
cock first when
First of
you're
all, I was
fighting.
wearing my Zungas. Where did I get those Zunga shorts? I like them.
Yeah, where'd you get those?
Dude, you were still
Zungas
fighting. Look
from?
at your shaved head. How fucking
I was
weird
still
that
fighting
was.
there, man.
Yeah, man.
Were you still fighting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Man, I tried to watch UFC the other night on ESPN,
yeah.
and I just couldn't do it.
You couldn't figure it out.
No,
the
it's,
paywall.
well, one, it was so violent.
Oh, yeah.
That this guy was getting pummeled, and they
Yeah.
kept going to the doctor. And then the guys in the announcers like, he's got a piece of flap, skin flap. And and then the doctor let him still fight. And I was like, he's still fighting.
It
No!
can be pretty intense.
Yeah, it was just so bloody. I sent the thing to Rogan. I said, man, this
What
is
the
too
fuck
much.
is this? Yeah.
And he said, I've seen worse. And I was like, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal.
It's
And
brutal.
Obviously, you've never been in person. Have you been?
No, I haven't been in
It's even
person.
worse.
What's
I'd
really
say.
weird though is you get inured to that. You get immune to that. What's really weird is
Which
the
I
more
don't
you
think is
watch it.
good.
No, because when you start looking at something different, like you're looking at their skill, you get more of a cultivated eye to see what
Got
they're
you.
doing. So then you're so excited about the fight and you want to see how they match. How so much of that it seems like they're trying to solve each other's puzzles. Like you have to solve the fight.
Well,
the guy in front of you has a game plan. You have a game plan, and you have to figure it out.
I think what you're talking about is like when you watch gymnastics and then you hear the announcers saying things and you're kind of like, I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
But like I was like that stuff's so brutal. But like my buddy Eric Koch, he's a UFC fighter. He's got a fight coming
He's a
up.
stud.
And he said, you should come be in my corner. like walk in with him and then be in the corner like I'm Mick or
It
something
might be
like
a
that.
good experience.
I don't know because I feel like I'm gonna throw in the towel.
yeah.
It's so intense, Eric.
They're hitting you now.
It's so intense.
It
Yeah.
looks
Yeah,
intense.
it's
I don't know. Is that why you got out of it? Is that
100%.
Oh yeah.
Eric Coach, he was a stud.
Yeah, there he is
still
right there.
Stud,
Yeah. So he's got because he's up there. He's like I think Eric just turned 30. So it's like
He's been fighting for a while. He still
Yeah.
trains out of Milwaukee. Is he still with all the guys?
Yeah, he actually opened up his own training place with his brother.
What's he fighting?
And they're out in
He
they're-
grew his hair out and became like this dime piece because you used to have the shaved head.
Yeah.
And you look like American History X for the
Yeah,
long.
but sometimes he has a man bun, and
What's
it's
he
just
fight at?
not.
What weight?
I'm not
55?
sure. I have no idea. But he's got a fight coming up. If you go to
Or
his
maybe
thing,
he's down
got a
at.
fight
I think
coming
he's
up.
45 now.
I'm not sure who he's fighting, but he's got a fight coming. I might go to. I think it's going to be in
He's
Canada.
55.
It's so weird. I was standing. I was at where was it? Maybe Easton's gym, and I was going to take a shower, and I was standing next to Neil Magny, who fights at 170, and I weigh 170. And we were both in our underwear, and I looked at me, and then I looked at him in the mirror. He's what would he say, 6'3"? Maybe.
Yeah, probably 6'3". He's
And then
tall, though, for the dude.
I mean, he's thin, but he's just still, his frame is still so much bigger. It was just so
But
weird
remember
how much
that
bigger these
he's
guys are.
170, so they're going to cut.
They suck
tremendous
crazy
weight.
amounts of weight. He said, I'm 170 for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
They're not a true 170.
Well, I feel it worse when you see somebody who's like 6'10" in the NBA and they're like 225.
I
you know what I
know.
mean? And I'm 6'3" at 2. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, it's like
How
I
dare you laugh at my way?
I sat next to Carlos Boozer.
Chin used to be 300 pounds, by the way.
What?
285.
25?
Yeah.
But some people have a frame where you go, like Carlos Boozer probably has 10% body fat. He was on a plane with me, and he was putting his bag up, and I looked at where his ass was and where his legs were, and then I looked at his forearm and how long it was, like
Thick.
You have a
he's
lot of
he's
situations where you're
He's
examining
6'9",
men's bodies.
He's
Have you
6'9",
noticed that?
265. 6'9", 265.
All your stories start with like, so I'm in my underwear with this other guy,
Yeah.
or this other guy's ass is in my
Yeah,
face.
it's him.
Or this,
Yeah, no.
I'm a gay man almost. We already established that I'm a little gay.
You're appreciative of it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I wanted you on, though. One of the reasons was I was doing Bobby's podcast, and I didn't know he canceled.
Yeah, he told me he was supposed to come to my podcast, and he's like, I'm doing his podcast first. He's going to do his podcast, and he's going to come over after. And then on fucking air, on his podcast, he calls me.
He FaceTimed on live on air, but originally he's like, I just don't feel like going.
Yeah.
And then he calls you and says his
His
died?
uncle died.
And he thought he would give him shit, but Eric, he's such a good dude, goes, damn, I'm sorry about that, man.
Yeah, are you okay? Do you need anything? I'm being like that.
And Bobby felt way worse.
Yeah.
Everyone was like,
Did Bobby lie about his uncle dying?
No. What
His
happened-
uncle actually died.
His uncle died 25 years ago. So in his mind, he's like, I didn't lie.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever like used a fake dead relative to?
Never death.
No.
I did.
Sickness.
Accidents.
You can use your kid a lot. Accidents. You can use your kid a lot for sickness.
Yeah.
The kid's sick, can't make it tonight. You know, kid works.
Yeah.
But then you don't want to wish them bad luck.
Can't find a sitter.
Can't find a sitter, always
Sitter
works.
bailed.
I
Can't get out of the parking lot.
Put a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
How about this though?
But
I
he
just
did
don't
it,
feel
though,
like
yeah?
it.
Yeah. He still came and did it.
Yeah.
People ask me to do their podcast, and I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Well, now it becomes a thing where it's like, there's like 4 things I don't want people to ask me. Okay. Don't ask me to help you move.
Oh,
like,
man,
go fuck
real
yourself.
friends don't do that.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, what are you
right?
doing? Hire
Okay, who
someone.
are you?
Hire
I
someone.
don't need pizza. I don't need, like, you know what I mean? I don't drink beer. Like, so whatever you're going to offer,
Yeah. I'm good.
like, I can get myself.
Here, ask me to help you move. Watch
Can
this.
you help me move?
$55,000.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He's like, here's the thing.
what
though.
I would do it
You didn't-
for.
No, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing,
60
though.
grand, bro.
People go, let's say I ask you guys to help me move. The next step is I go pay for it. So why don't, you know what I mean? Just go fucking pay for it. Okay, so don't ask me to help you move. Don't ask me to take you to the airport.
Oh,
okay? Like,
dude, Uber.
Are you kidding me?
That's such an asshole move.
So awful. Okay.
Bro, you mind just run me to the airport?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to you, and I'm right here.
Never.
Yeah.
I've never.
I mean,
we've never asked
Never.
each other. Never.
I could do. I've had to go to the airport from here, and it would be.
And we're
would
close.
Be, it would be
It's
10 minutes out of his
10
way.
minutes, 10 minutes,
I
but it's
can't
like,
even. I can't do
no.
it to him. I'm like, I'll just take an Uber. I'm not going to do it to him.
I refuse. I'll call
Uber's
Uber for
so
you.
much easier.
Well, but see, I'm
Real
thinking-
friends don't ask that.
You know what? But
pain in the
I'm thinking
ass.
of a day when there was no Uber. Like, you know, say 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That was the thing where you'd be like, hey, can you? It's like, no. So I'm not taking you to the airport. Okay.
Out of the question.
And I'm not picking you up either. I don't want to pick you up.
Never.
Now, the other one is, I don't want to read your script. Okay. All right. Don't give me your script.
Shit.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck you and your script.
Oh, my
you know what I
God.
mean? Because that happens a lot, you know?
know.
Hey, can you check out this? Like, no. Like, this is, because you know why? Because this is hyphenated. I don't want to read your script, and I don't want to go to your play.
Have people giving you books? I keep getting books lately.
That's what I'm saying. All that.
Don't give me your book.
Don't give me your book. Don't give me your play.
That's true, man.
You know, I don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to read your script. And the other one is like, I don't want to go to your play. I don't want to go to your.
Well, also come to the movie I wrote and directed that no one is ever going to see. It's tiny, and I'm having a screening over at Johnny John's fucking
A screening?
pizza, and fuck you.
Screenings are the worst.
Hey man, I'd rather do. You know
With
what?
a
I'd
talk
rather be
after.
at the dentist.
Yeah, with a talk after too.
Talk a Q&A. If you wouldn't mind being part of the Q.
Yeah, I don't want to go to your script. And then the last one is, you know, it's getting to the point where you'd be like, I don't want to be on your podcast.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to say that because I have a podcast and I ask people to be on my podcast.
But that's a reason
But there's a
why.
certain level of like,
Your podcast, you're like Erik Griffin. too.
I know, but it's like, it's weird because sometimes people, they hit you up and they're like, hey, can you know, I see that it is a commitment.
It's a
Podcast?
Yeah.
Well, how about
to
this?
run your own or to go on someone?
To go on someone's podcast like that you don't know the person.
But you're also using your energy and like you have your own show, so
All I
say
need,
no.
all I need for you to say is I've had this. Can you do my podcast? Where is it? Well, so we do it at 4 in the valley.
Oh, I know. There's nothing.
I'm like,
that's what I told Bobby.
I would rather.
That's what I told Bobby. He goes, dude, people have been asking this forever. What took so long? I went, you do them on Mondays, Bobby. Mondays at 7 p.m.
You gotta give
live
it-
in North Hollywood.
You know why I started doing it at home? I started doing it at my place is because I was going to All Things Comedy. I'm still part of All Things Comedy, but their studios in Burbank, and so many people
That's
do
where
it.
Bert films this show, right?
So many people
Yeah.
do it there that like I can't get a good time. So I'm asking people to come at like 6 o'clock.
Never.
You know,
It's never happened.
6
Never.
p.m.
Never.
I asked him to come do it, you know, and he was ready. He didn't want to drive to Burbank so much that he was going to set up my podcast at my place.
Yeah, 100%.
He goes, I'll bring someone. We'll bring cameras. We'll do this.
Yeah.
And I
Not
was
doing
like,
anything.
that actually pushed me over the edge to like do it at home.
Yeah, anything to get out of that.
Yeah.
I of course, I want to do it. And
No, but I get it. But guys, this
a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
I also talk. We talk for a living, so I talk I do 2 podcasts on Monday. I do another podcast on Tuesday.
It's a lot.
Then we do this podcast on Wednesday. I got stand up at night, and then I'm on the road. So it's like, I'm sick of hearing myself talking. I'm sick of hearing myself talking. Let alone go on someone else's podcast.
Yeah, it's a lot. I get it. That being said, when are you guys coming?
I had a good time doing
6
your
o'clock
podcast.
Mondays.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we had a good time doing it. It's called Riffing with Griffin. It was fun.
Riffing with Griffin. Check it out. Riffingwithgriffin.com.
Griffin.
Yeah, I
can sing.
I have the voice.
Do you know that, B?
No.
I have the voice of an angel, but
He
the
can
face
sing.
of a comic.
I didn't know you could sing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I can. Oh, wow. You're
Why?
terrible.
So bad. Why?
Actually, that's
Why?
not
Just
true.
let him.
No, I'm actually a good singer. I have a good voice.
Put your gut into it. That's what I got. And listen, I do all this stuff myself, so I still need help. I don't have a nice nerd to help me out. I made the
call him
website
Chin a
myself. I need a nerd. I need a,
Yeah, power nerd.
I need a power nerd to come in. So, but it's fun to learn. YouTube is great. You want to learn how to use like Logic or Final Cut Pro,
Whatever you want.
You go on
They got
like,
it.
how do you like proper sound settings for a podcast? And then a guy comes on the screen and he's like, first do this. And
Eric,
that's what I did.
Let me ask you this: what's the advantage of you signing with All Things Comedy? Like, why would anyone sign with them? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just
Is that Bill Burr and Al Madrigal?
Yes.
It's Bill Burr because
Which
I
I
like
love
Bill,
both
and
of them.
it's just a supportive community.
That makes sense.
They don't take any of your ad money. They don't take anything like
They
that.
just help you get
they
things
help you
launched.
get
Oh,
things
that's cool.
going, and then so they have the content on their page to help push out the things that
Oh,
they're
that's cool.
doing. Yeah, so it's like I don't see any disadvantage. You know what I
No.
mean? At this point
And
right
it's
now, we're all like our own company.
Two
right?
of my favorite comics, fucking Al Madrigal. and-
Yeah.
They're great.
I always
dudes.
forget how amazing Al Madrigal is. He's always been a beast.
Yeah, they're
Always
trying to be
been a
pro.
killer.
Shrimping
They're just
ain't
trying to-
easy.
They're trying to be pro comedian, where we like are doing our own thing. I mean, in this day and age of like podcasts, where we're like 1 degree away from our fans, or just like like somebody can find you, and now they're 1 away from you. It's a pretty amazing time to live in.
Yeah, it is. It really
Yeah, I was talking to Fahim. I was asking Fahim, how do you say his last name?
Anwar.
Anwar. I was talking to Fahim. He's a beast of a comic.
Yeah,
and
he is.
he's so fucking good. I was asking him, like, you're in a weird spot because it's not like comics can bring you on the road because you're better than 99% of them. So it's not like they can have you open up for them because you're going to wreck the room. So you're in a weird spot. And he goes, yeah. And then he goes, and I don't really, he doesn't do the road. He goes, I really don't like doing the road either. He goes, also this day and age with comedy, he made a good point. We should have him on.
Yeah,
he goes,
have him on.
he made a good point. He goes, the day and age of going into a city, doing press and selling tickets, that's not how a comic does it these days. He's not building a fan base like that.
Even though they
That's
still
an old
try
model.
to pretend like it
They
does
still
work.
do it. Like, can you do KS 107.5 radio? I'm like,
But Fahim
for
should
what?
do the road. What the fuck is he talking about?
He
I'm
just
gonna
saying
talk to him about that.
It's not that he doesn't want to
no,
do
he's
the
not, he
road.
doesn't want to.
Yeah.
You're missing the point, B.
Oh, he
He doesn't think you're not gonna become a major star by doing
right, I
the
see what
road.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be that you built your fan base on the road, and then
Yeah.
you got
You go into
introduced to
town,
TV.
yeah.
you
Now
can still do it. I mean, you can still build a great road career, but
it's not
Again,
the
he's
same
not saying
anymore.
that.
They're not,
He's
they're
not
not
saying
bringing
that.
you in the club
He's
unless
saying
you
like
have something.
Yeah,
Right.
he's saying like if,
Right.
if he did a podcast or
Sure,
if there's
yeah,
something
yeah.
there where he can connect with the
that's
fans
right,
or
that's
like
right.
his Instagram.
Well, nowadays that's what you're competing with. So that's how you sell tickets. Yeah, you're right.
all of a sudden, it's not even TV anymore. They almost like they've separated. There's all these different lanes. There's the social media influencers who do like 1 minute of something, and then they're the ones that are the most successful.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you have like the comics and stuff like that, and then now you have he was the head writer of the Goat Face show on Comedy Central. It was actually funny, all Arab cast. You know what I mean? So they had some funny sketches on there.
He's so
hilarious.
funny, man.
Yeah, man. Do your thing.
And he's Afghan. He's not Arabic. Big difference, everybody.
Oh, sorry.
Just so you know.
What is this?
What's the difference?
It's just a different language, and they don't identify as Arabic. Arabs speak Arabic, and Afghans speak Pashtun. They speak Dari. They speak.
There you
Tajik,
go.
They
Learning a new thing here from.
speak Farsi.
It's like, but wouldn't that be like? But I'm saying like if you say like
It'd be literally like it's like comparing Persians to when you call a Persian an Arab. It's like calling it's like calling a Chinese person Filipino, or even more different. I mean, it's a completely different culture, completely different language, and a completely different history.
there you go.
And different food in every aspect of the word. It's so funny. They're the same religion. They're primarily Shia Muslim, and most other Arabs are Sunni Muslim. But I don't want to go into the details because I'm too smart for that right now. Brendan's like, I look over Brendan.
We don't want to lose all our listeners.
I look over and Brendan's asleep, look like this.
Yeah.
Brendan.
I look over at Eric, he's staring at the ceiling. As Brian's going through the.
Well, he's that guy. He's a guy at the party that always wants to make you feel stupid.
That's what Chris D'Elia goes.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian's being boring again. Hey, look, Brian talking about science. Chris D'Elia could give a shit about anything, right? He's never read a book. He's like, oh God, Brian. Here's
I'm sure he's read a book or two.
Chris, he read one book. I think it was this book. He read a book that they turned into a movie. It was about a fireman who starts fires.
Did he go? He went to high school and then no college.
Correct, sir.
He didn't go to college.
Correct. I was like, hey, Chris, you have to read. He goes, I know, but it's so hard.
That's all I wanted to do.
He's got
He only lives to make people laugh.
how much? Well, hey,
He's damn good at it.
as long as you can get
Seems to be
paid at it,
working.
right?
Yeah, he has
Seems to be
masters in
working.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Seems to be working.
What if there was a school?
He's actually very disciplined about
Super
the things
disciplined.
he chooses to do. He's super disciplined.
Yeah.
And he's
now
really
he's
good at
working out now and he's getting big.
Wasn't he? He's always working out.
No, never used to.
He did jiu-jitsu for like 8 years.
6 years, yeah.
Yeah, he works out. When he was on TV, he worked out a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
He just didn't
He's
work
just
out
trying to
like a
get-
crazy
now
person.
he's working out like a crazy person.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Now he's working on his
Well, when you
legs.
have that kind of money and you become a recluse,
Yeah.
What else
he's
you gonna
becoming
do?
a crazy person. You know what I mean?
He has
he's
always been crazy.
Like he's not going to know how to go to the ATM anymore. It's going to be that guy. You know what I mean?
One time he came up to me naked. I was at his house and he's completely naked and his just dick is there and he goes like this. He goes, I'm sorry. Sorry. And I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, sorry about this.
Oh no, he went to
His body's so nice.
Oh no, he did go to college,
Yeah, he's a
New York University.
Yeah, he's got
What?
a weird,
Yeah, and then he dropped out after a
weird
year.
sensibility.
Yeah, after a year.
He didn't like going.
You
to
can't
college.
believe Wikipedia.
No, he did because I heard him on Armchair Expert with Dak Shepard because
Oh.
Dax brought up he went to college. And that's how I remember.
Oh wow. Yeah, we just sit here. We'll read his.
As we
thing.
read his whole
I know,
thing,
we
we're
just
like,
go-
okay,
I feel like calling him
He's there.
on speaker and asking him to explain his fucking college.
his college. Ask him about his college days.
Let's see about his college.
Say, we just check it up on Wikipedia. It says you
Yeah,
went
we
to
want to
New
make
York
sure that.
University.
Yeah, we don't believe that you went
We
to
don't
college.
believe you got into New York University.
No, ask him if his dad paid for him to get into New York
Oh
University.
yeah. Hey, ask him if he's stressed out that they're going to find out his dad paid for his
That's great.
degree to get in there. If he paid for his SAT scores.
So,
Hey, Chris, don't be. You're on the podcast right now. Don't be a dick.
so,
Don't say so. Don't do that. Listen, I want to ask you a question. We're looking on your Wikipedia page. I'm here with Erik Griffin. I'm with Brendan Schaub. Yeah.
yeah, I know those guys.
Yeah, I know you know those guys. Okay?
They're not full white. They're not full white, but it doesn't matter.
What the fuck does that mean, dude? Why are you turning into a racial thing?
I'm saying it doesn't matter.
All right, listen, dude. It says here that you attended New York University. Now, obviously,
There
we know
you go.
Now, hold on.
What did he say?
He goes, there you go. Now, hold on. We know you didn't have the grades to get in, so are you nervous that they're going to find out your dad paid and bribed your way into the college? Do you think you're going to be caught up in the scandal?
You know why I got in there? Honestly, do you know why I got in there?
Why?
Because because I didn't have the grades, and I went into acting school, and I went in and I did a monologue, and they threw their hands up and they said, "There's nothing we can do to keep them out."
Listen, dude. I have trouble believing that. So you attended New York University in their theater department.
Oh, you don't think I'm a good actor?
Why are you doing an English accent?
You don't think I've got drama inside me blood and bones?
I don't, dude. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Okay. All right. Fine. I guess
Yeah,
you.
right.
All right.
Dude, I just popped in and out of character.
I know. What are you doing now? Are you at a coffee shop or are you driving to a coffee shop?
I'm going from a coffee. So I just left the coffee shop. I'm going to Coffee Bean.
And what are you going to do there besides be on your phone?
Do you know what, dude? Have you ever heard of a little thing called whatever the fuck I want?
Well, you know that you're pretty irreverent. I mean, shouldn't you have you? We were talking. You've read a book, right?
Yeah, dude. I've read tons of books, dude. It's ridiculous.
Give me 5 right now. You have 10 seconds.
The Client, Rainmaker, Andromeda Strain.
All John Grisham books.
Say yeah.
So what, dude? So what?
This is a great
And
John
some Dean
Griffin.
Koontz. What's it fucking matter to you, dude?
And some Dean Koontz. Okay, well, congratulations.
And I almost finished 1984, that classic book. So fuck you, dude.
I don't. Who wrote it? Who wrote 1984? Don't Google it.
George Orwell. George Orwell.
Not bad.
I got it.
Not bad. Okay, now, so do you have any advice for anybody who has a dream, young people who are trying to make it either in Hollywood or in the world?
Oh, dude, Okay, so here's young people. Advice for young people?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fucking honestly, don't even get in the same room as Brian Callen because that shit fucking rubs off on you.
That's fucking ageist.
Don't even get in the same room as Brian Callen because that shit rubs off on you.
All right, dude. Anything else?
Nah, I answered the phone because I know it didn't matter. I knew it didn't matter.
Listen, bro. Yeah, you disrespectful fuck. Well, you need
just so you know, Fighter and the Kid podcast guys. Just so you know, you listeners, that's how I answer the phone to Brian. I didn't know I was going to be on the podcast. That's how I answer the phone. Is because it doesn't fucking matter.
Dude, I'll take a flat hand to your face. I really will, bro. I'll do what your dad should have done to you when you were a boy.
Bullshit, dude.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
You mean you'll tell me not to fucking ever listen to Brian Callen? That's what my dad should have fucking told me when I was younger.
All right, well, listen, man. He's not your real dad. We'll talk to you later, all right?
This camera crew's following me.
No.
This camera crew's following me. I gotta go.
That's a lie. Fucking sad.
These you two, they talk about Odd Couple. That's the Odd Couple I want to see.
So funny, man.
Coming to Fox this fall.
We are kind of
So
pitching
funny.
a show. We're working on a TV show, actually.
Yeah, but you're already on a TV show. How many
I
TV
know.
shows you want to have?
It's the problem when you're as talented as I am. There's no time in the day. Wish I didn't sleep.
How many TV shows do you want, though, B? Think that's the smartest route to go?
Well, the problem is we know where the money is. It's in podcasting.
Yeah,
It is.
Only for
my
some
God.
people. Not
Yeah,
for everybody.
Well, you got to be number
right
one on
now
the.
for me.
You got to be number one on the call sheet.
You know what?
get to be
It's
getting
so much
production
work,
money.
dude. It's so much work.
Yeah.
So I love school and I love everybody I work with, and I'm so happy to be there.
But
Well, just when that eventually runs its course, don't be surprised if old Bry is solely a podcaster and a stand-up comic,
Yeah.
right?
I don't
Yeah.
think anyone's going to be surprised. You're not like breaking news.
Well, I've been trying to be an actor for so goddamn long.
What are you talking about? You've been an actor for so
I have,
long.
yeah.
You know, you were on
You've done a
Reba.
shitload of work.
Yeah. Reba's my favorite credit.
You've
of his,
done
by
a
the
lot
way.
of work,
Can
though.
we
You-
look up Brian on Reba?
I feel like you haven't. I feel like you haven't stopped working.
This year is when but then I started doing the podcast.
But I mean, I feel
Yeah, I
like
was on Workaholics. I was on Blunt Talk. I was on
Dying Up
I'm
Here.
Dying Up
I
Here.
love I'm Dying
just
Up
go
Here.
from.
Yeah, I've done some movies about that Sandler movie I did. It's about
you
to come out.
study theater? Or
I did. Yeah, I just did. I'm from LA, so when
Yeah.
you're in LA, you
Oh,
do
okay.
the acting classes and that kind of stuff.
that's how D'Elia. Like people don't realize D'Elia studied like acting. He studied singing. He studied dance. He did all that shit.
Yeah,
went
well, he
through
was,
all of
but he was like, he's like, it's like the D'Elias were like the Jacksons, just not known.
Yeah, his
you know what
dad is up for 8. I think he has 8
I mean? Yeah, his
Emmys.
dad's great. I've worked with his dad.
Yeah, his dad's 8
Oh
Emmys.
yeah, his dad is a serious
great.
producer director and
You know
a
what I mean?
great guy. I love his dad. Love his dad.
Is that Brian right there?
Brian Callen. I was playing Buzzard on Reba. Reba's a beautiful woman, by the way.
Yeah, but why
was
do you
shocked
look
with how
like
hot she
that?
is.
Look how.
Well, I was a young rough kid there. That's when I just got out of jail.
That's when you were Brendan Schaub. Right
Reba,
there.
do you know the story
dress nice.
behind Reba where she lost her entire band to a plane crash? Do you know that?
No, I don't.
So she
no.
flew
I
in
know
a
she has
separate
red hair,
plane.
so I stopped
She flew in a
watching.
separate plane, and her entire fucking band, I think that she'd been with forever, were killed.
Why
in
did she
plane
fly in a
crash.
separate plane?
She had an appearance.
Oh, she was like,
They
you
went
guys go ahead.
Oh no, I thought it was like I'm going to go in the private jet.
No.
and you guys
She's
go
like,
on
I'm
Delta.
flying private.
No,
You're on Spirit
they were on.
Airlines.
They
See
were,
you guys
they
in
were on a
Orlando.
private plane, I believe.
Oh wow!
They all.
You know
all
what?
of
There's
them
a lot.
died.
A lot of these plane crashes you hear about. A lot of them are
Most of them are private, right?
private jets, and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
not taking care of what they're supposed to
Yeah.
be taking care of.
yeah.
The
It's very
regulations
rare,
aren't as
though,
strict.
Commercial planes get fucked up.
Yeah,
My father,
unless they're coming out of Egypt.
One of those
my
Boeing.
father,
Yeah.
There's one Boeing.
When my
Yeah.
father worked for Citibank, they were talking about getting planes that fly 60,000 feet in the air because
60?
65,000 feet. Yeah, it's this type of
30
it's
is
a
usually,
Learjet.
right?
Yeah, but the reason you want to go really high is that there's the air's thinner too, so you save on gas and you go faster, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to get these, and there was a guy who was I guess he was an aviation scientist there, and he was also working at the bank, and he goes 65,000 feet. He goes, I wouldn't do it. And they all go, what? What are you talking about? It's cheaper and everything else. He goes, no, I know. It's just when you lose cabin pressure, 65,000 feet, blood boils at room temperature.
Yeesh.
And everybody went, oh, let's not do the 65,000 feet. You know,
What?
it's crazy.
What?
Look at that for my broken heart. All of those people, tour manager, music director,
Damn.
fiddle, guitar, vocals, keyboard. They all, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of her people
That's awful.
were all
man.
killed.
Jeez.
All of her band. Think about that.
That's fucking terrible.
That is terrible. Thanks for what a downer.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
I was
Brian.
gonna bring up you and Workaholics. I thought was fantastic.
Oh, there you go. There
I
you
wish
go.
I
It's my fault. I brought Reba.
Yeah, you did.
I love.
I wish
bringing up Reba.
Workaholics was still going on, man. That's a great show.
You know, it is still going on because people are still catching it for the first time when they look at it on Netflix or
'cause it's
Hulu, whatever
available.
it is.
That's right, it's
Yeah, so
available
people
in
are still
places.
watching. You know, like in my building I live right now. This it was so funny. Just two guys, these two like really
So
like
funny
Look at you
on
there.
this.
extra Asian
He's so
guys.
I never
funny
saw
on
the movie, the show.
No, it's a
I
show.
never saw the
He's
show.
so funny on
I'm
this.
sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's actually my first scene I ever filmed in Workaholics. Is that one right there in the yellow shirt?
Dude, you already look funny in that.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Did you?
That's a brilliant show, man.
Did you enjoy? I'm dying up here. Did you have a recurring role on that or
No, I was a
Regular?
regular on that. It was different. You know what I
and
mean?
Santino.
Oh, that's the season that I got skinny.
Why'd you get skinny for the
Because
show?
it was because like you see yourself on TV and you go, God
know.
damn,
You're
what
like, I
the
look like
fuck
that?
is going
Yeah.
on? So I came into that season and I was like, I'm gonna be Montez is coming in skinny. But then you know what's so funny?
Montez.
You know what's so funny is like Adam. I was getting skinny. I was putting post up, and then Adam from Adam Devine. I'll never forget that he texted me, "Hey man, we hired a fat guy, not a skinny hipster."
Like, my bad.
That's so
My bad. You right.
I told him, I said, "Yo, dude, the funny's not there. The funny's here."
Yeah, in the brain.
No, I'm talking about the face. My funny is right here. Okay. Yes, it's when you're chunky, whatever. But like, you know what I mean? This is my funny. This is what comedy's supposed to look like.
And we'll see,
Okay.
like, all right, cool, but also stay fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Look at you.
You know what I mean?
It's a great show, man. You prefer, if I gave you one choice, acting or stand up?
Man, that would be hard. That's a real
Not
hard
that you
thing
have
because
to decide, but
if I had to decide, then I'm going to decide stand up. But I'd be really hard. I'd be giving up something that.
oh,
is
you
just,
like acting that much?
Yeah, because stand up it's like you can't break the fourth wall in a sense of like it's not. I want to be 4-dimensional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're with other people and interacting like
true.
this,
It's true.
it's different.
Especially if
it's
they're
like
good and you're improvising.
yes, and you're feeding off people's energy. When you're a stand-up, your only scene partner is the crowd, and you have to they have to somehow come together as a unit, and it's great. It's great. I love it. Like I said, I would choose that. But damn, like acting is just there's just something rewarding about it too. Like taking
100%.
somebody else's words and then bringing it to life. There's just something about that is like magical. And not everybody
how you
can do it.
interpret the script and shit, making it fresh.
Yes, exactly. You know what I mean? That's why people love you see Shakespeare and you like see different people do it, and it's just like a great thing to watch somebody that's fantastic at it.
So with Shakespeare, it was always done very stylized, and you're always doing it this way. With the language was everything, and you spoke in a certain way with the iambic pentameter. And then there was a motherfucker named Raul Julia, Puerto Rican guy, big dude, handsome, from New York, and classically trained. And nobody had seen a Puerto Rican bring his Puerto Rican flavor and his passion, his Latin, Hispanic Latin and he did Taming of the Shrew with Meryl Streep in fucking
Never heard of her.
in goddamn in Shakespeare in the Park, in that motherfucker right there in Shakespeare in the Park. He died of a heart attack.
Oh, he's great.
Oh,
dude,
man.
that's Adam's family.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah.
Dude, that's
He
He
fucking
was a beast.
Adam family.
When you see him right there, that's what he looked like in
Yeah.
Shakespeare thing. And that motherfucker did it. And
he's great.
He brought shit to that role. And I remember watching it going, oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
shit.
that's how I
That's
know.
Shakespeare. Oh, my God. He's like, the way he was doing it was like, I forget it.
he was
Just
so
forget
good
it.
in
Yeah,
it.
he was rocking white
He
people's
was a
world.
phenomenal actor.
Rocking white people's
A
world. They loved
phenomenal
him. They
actor.
loved
Yeah,
him.
Raul Julia could fucking do
He
it.
died of a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
Unexpectedly.
It's such a bummer because he was such a beast. He was not a good actor, a great actor.
Yeah.
Kiss of the Spider Woman, played a gay man.
Damn, it's cool.
I mean, he just did it all. He did that's a dude. Back in the day, he never stopped acting. Never stopped doing theater. Never stopped
He
doing
died
movies.
at what age?
But see, this is
55.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, you want to be like, say, what kind of career do I want to have? Is I want to have a career where it's like you just continue.
Oh, bro, that's a
like you're like every Transformer movie. Like you're that general that comes out. I want to be that guy. Like I'm always doing.
wanna be
shit.
that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're like, oh, I know that guy.
And then occasionally, one time you'll get that one. You know who's like that? What's his name? Oh, he won for the drummer movie. What's the white guy bald? He's in the
he's
in the State Farm commercials.
J.K.
J.K.
Simmons.
Simmons.
He's
the kind of guy that he works all the
worked with
time,
that dude.
right?
Nonstop.
Then he gets that role that breaks out. That's what I want.
I worked with that guy. I worked with that guy on Oz, and I was there, and he did a scene, and he says to the guy, his wife, the guy he's been brutalizing in prison, his wife killed herself, and he goes like this. He goes, "Here's your mail," and he goes, "And I hear your wife." And he starts laughing. He goes, coughed herself, and he starts to laugh. And he plays a sadistic Nazi. And I remember being like a young actor, going, "I don't know how to do that." I was
good.
like, "How the fuck do you?"
Are you talking about on Oz?
On Oz?
Look
at him there, where he's all muscular. Holy fuck!
Oh, God, that looks scary though.
He's playing some weird.
He looks like buff Santa Claus right there. I don't know if I like that.
I don't like that.
It's like Santa in the off season.
Get rid of that shit.
But he's playing.
No, this looks like Santa's doctor was like, "You got to get your shit together, or you're not gonna make it to next year."
He's probably playing a fucking. He's probably playing some kind of a
steroid dealer.
This is what I think
Prisoner.
Brian's dad would look like. You know what I mean?
No, my dad's just a giant.
That's hilarious. But you play.
That's your grandpa.
But you play some. You play some serious roles, like in I'm Dying Up Here. Some of that shit was
it was very
serious.
it was very serious.
Yeah, that wasn't that show's not that funny.
Yeah, it was.
That show wasn't like, it's not like comedy.
I think that's why
I think that's the problem with it.
I think we got canceled because we delivered a show that they didn't want.
That Showtime didn't want.
Yeah.
But also in the book, like I love the book I'm Dying Up Here. It's an amazing book on the kind of the evolution of the comedy
There's me
store.
with my weird wig.
Who wrote it?
I forgot
the guy's name, but he's alive. You know what? I was on the street by the Improv, okay, and some random lady is like, "Hey, you know what? My client wrote I'm Dying Up Here." You know, and he hates it.
It's such a good book.
He said he hates it, but you're his favorite character. That's what she said to me.
The problem with it is like it doesn't portray like how much fun the comics had back then. It made it very dark. Like it was a dog-eat-dog
It was
world.
dark times though. That
yes and no though.
Cindy Chupak, I know her. She
Cindy was great. She directed an episode.
I worked with her on.
I got to tell you something. There's a guy right there in the middle, William. That's him. He's the author. I had a really great time doing the show. It was very rewarding to be a serious actor, you know, and so now it's like I want to see, you know, what more I can do with that in that world.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
You know, in that world.
Yeah, you
know what I mean?
You know who can fucking act is Santino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's really good in that.
We were both like just fish out of water.
Both of you guys were like really good in it.
I remember
scenes are together.
You know when you go on auditions. Remember the days when you used to go on auditions? I know you probably don't even go on that many auditions anymore. I still go on auditions, but acting auditions are always so serious. The people in the room, like, see, even when you're going out for a comedy, you come in the room and everybody's just, you know, it's like, what are you doing? Relax.
Especially when it's a high profile project.
Oh my God.
And you walk in there and they're like this. They're English, the worst of the English. Like it'd be some fucking English director, and I was just like, all right, guys, all right, can we all just calm down? And you go in there, and they've already made up their mind.
But the thing about I'm Dying Up Here is like when I walked into the test, you know, Santino's sitting there. And then we saw each other and we were like, "Oh, what's up, man?"
Yeah,
you know, it was like then we just were laughing and having a good time, and everybody else around us just nervous and like we're pacing and like it's like, dude, you're about to go in and you're supposed to be relax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Only commercial auditions were
it's hard not to get nervous for the final one where you don't have to just don't fuck up. But Santino's a good actor. I mean,
but you got to be like, you still got to be
he looks
cool.
good in that outfit. That with his hair like that too.
You still got to be cool and relaxed though. They had that. Now the first season, the wig situation in the first season was terrible. They didn't put a lot of money in the wig budget, and for something like this, you have to.
Is he wearing a wig there?
Yeah,
That's a lace front.
No. Actually, he wasn't wearing a wig. He grew his hair out.
His hair was actually like that.
Yeah. He grew his hair out. It was a nightmare for him because now he had to look like that, like in
all
public.
the time. Because I remember doing sets at the store, and I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, because he looked identical to that.
Yeah, but we had a really great time.
When you found out it was over, were you guys sad?
Yes, it was because I felt like they could have. I feel like they should have given us another season, and then that's when it really would have taken off, but there was just so many things on the outside.
What is
See,
that,
now that's the second season, and now that wig looks better because it looks more like my hair, like it could be my hair.
You don't take it personal though when it gets canceled, because obviously it's completely out of your control. Like if school gets canceled,
Yeah, but if you have a
take it
character
personally.
But if
but
you have a
it's also it's not on you,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
But if you have a character that you love, and you love, it's like a death.
Yeah,
Like these guys are dead.
saying goodbye to all your friends.
Yeah,
For sure,
Because what
relax.
happens is you spend every day for 9 months with the same crew, cast and crew. You miss the crew.
yeah.
I fucking
become
love
close,
my
yeah, you
crew.
become
Oh,
close,
I love
and
all
then-
of them.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're always working together and you
Yeah.
work until 12 at
And
night.
your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're the kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that's going to be around the grips with the
Yes.
with the Hawaiian shirts.
Yes.
Those are the guys you want to hang
Those
out
are the guys
with.
I hang with.
Yeah,
the
you know.
stuntmen, the grips. I mean, you
But
just
the thing
fall
about
in
this show
love
too is
with
I had to smoke those fucking nasty ass fake cigarettes.
Oof.
The worst, man.
I need to watch it. I didn't see one
Oh, it's
episode
good,
of it.
man.
What what did Jim Carrey have to do with it?
Producer, right?
Yeah, he produced it, but like actually, I wish it wasn't called "I'm Dying Up Here." Because then people have this expectation it's going to be like the book, and the stories were really based off Jim Carrey's own. It's his own stories. It was like, he lived in a closet when he first came to LA.
Yeah.
He had fights in the parking lot. It was all about his own personal stories. I just wish the motherfucker would have been on the show. Like
Jim Carrey?
fucking be on the show.
Yeah, if you're involved, be in it.
Be in like four
so good.
fucking episodes, and like, then he wants to, then he's in his other show kidding. Just be on our show.
I remember when I was doing Mad TV, and it was the thing to do to make fun of Jim Carrey and talk about how unfunny he was. I never forgot this.
Well, that's 'cause he's
a bunch
so
of
popular,
young
right?
fucking comics, and I was like, am I living in a crazy world?
Yeah.
He can do everything you motherfuckers can do and better, and in any language.
But that's everything, right? Be like if you went to Drake's Instagram right now and he
Right.
posts his new single, he's the most famous musician on planet
Yeah,
Earth.
so it's easy to bring
So
him down.
but that's what people. That's the crab mentality. So people are gonna hate on Drake. Like you're gonna see a
Yeah.
shitload of comments.
yeah.
but but like Jim
Carrey, right? He burst on the scene. He's the fucking.
But he got in trouble.
He's
You
the
see-
golden
you see how
boy.
He got in trouble.
Everyone wants to hate on.
So
him.
good. No.
You see, he got
When?
in trouble like a
Recently?
month ago. Yeah, because he
at
made
the
a
Trump stuff.
picture about an abortion. It was an abortion picture that he agreed, and he just like it was like a little bit weird taste. It missed the mark of like what he thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
He went a little crazy, right?
No, but my thing is because he's not a normal person anymore.
No.
If you're that rich, that he drew that picture right there, and then he just got some flack for it.
I had a reference to him in my stand-up special on Showtime. And they took it out.
Really?
I thought he'd be offended by it.
Oh, well, they're trying to keep him. Yeah, don't get.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, that's a legal thing, right? They do that with legal.
No, it's just 'cause he's on the network and.
Oh.
They don't want like.
But I did. It was actually I was saying
As
how
if he's at home
I
going
was
like,
saying
let
how
me
he's
see if
my-
anybody's talking about me.
You love him.
I love him, and I was
Yeah.
saying how I loved him. My dad didn't love him because he wasn't like tough.
This
took
Jim,
it
that person right there though, when he was going through all this, I mean, he went through a tough thing, man. He was
Yeah.
being sued by his ex's family. She killed herself. They were blaming
People
him.
were blaming him
For the
It's
STD
crazy.
shit.
Yeah, because they say did she killed herself because she had herpes because of him? That's
You
what
heard
they
the whole
claim.
story though.
So-
And it's like, and it all turns out to be,
stupid.
yeah, but it's like it's all
They're
this
like, it's
weird.
because you introduced her to drugs. He's like, hold up. That
Yeah.
girl, when I met her, she was suffering manic depressive.
Right,
bipolar,
exactly.
That you think because we broke up and she did a few drugs.
And he has his
she was
own
like,
issues with mental.
That's what I'm saying.
100%. Brilliant guy.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Don't have that beard, but he's brilliant.
I know that bums me out.
Doesn't
when
need that.
Like, have
Well,
you
he got-
seen Letterman lately?
Yeah.
Do we have to
Well,
do
dude,
that?
when you're that rich and famous, and you just like you had to be like locked in at all times for 30 years. Now it's time to be like, fuck it, let me spend this money Let me
and
just
grow
be
the
me.
beard though?
Yeah.
It's so nasty.
Yeah.
Looks like it's a Santa Claus thing, but
And yeah, it's
just
like,
he
I
doesn't
don't
have to
know.
shave
Well,
anymore.
that he looks like he was in court
Because he
during,
had to
during
shave
Lincoln
on the Tonight
time.
Show, right?
and be
know what
made
I
up
mean?
and get makeup.
Doesn't it look like he was like on Lincoln 4-score?
It's just, I don't know. It's a bummer when you see that.
Just an old man now.
yeah, man.
But he has a show on Netflix. He has Kanye on there. That's his. I think it drops soon. His first interview.
Wow.
Kanye.
I thought Kanye was supposed to be on Rogan. Did he never do that?
He is, but I
thought they did it.
My favorite was the
they
way
haven't
he
done it. Rogan or Kanye called Rogan. They're trying to figure it out, but
What is there to figure out? You just go to the motherfucker's place and you do it.
Well, I think
If you're
that
Kanye, you don't, right?
Kanye's worried about it's sensitive
Why is-
topics. Maybe
wait,
he doesn't know how to talk about
Is
it
he
himself.
still worried about it?
No,
How can he be worried?
He may not know how to articulate himself just yet. Sometimes you're like, do I
Ooh,
want to
you
do
don't
a
know
3-hour thing?
Kanye,
No, I'm saying that anything
look,
he
he did that.
says
He can't
could
wait
be
to get on
torn
there. He
up.
doesn't care. He wants to do that.
He wants to do Rogan?
He wants to do it. Yeah.
Oh, so what's
Yeah, they're just trying to figure out schedules. He wants to do it, and they're just trying to figure
What's
it out.
the schedule? You
I heard
call,
something.
you do
I heard
it.
something a little bit different than that, but maybe yeah. But
Most people don't have the words to articulate their position. That's why.
No.
That's why people say things like woke. Okay, when you say you're woke, it's because you don't have the words to articulate your
Ooh,
position.
woke is the new. Where did I hear this? I think it was on Brilliant Idiots. Woke is the new basic. It's like when people say they're woke, that's a basic.
But you can use it for any position.
Correct. It's just
Yeah.
It's like you're. It's
If
like
you say I'm pro-choice, you know why? Because I'm woke.
yeah, that's
I'm
right.
pro-life. Why? You know why? Because I'm
That's
woke.
such
that's your easy way out.
That's right. And
That's your
I was
escape.
Tarek, our
the
boy
basic.
Tarek, I think just did this panel on men and masculinity. And these guys were
Toxic
up there.
masculinity,
These fucking
right?
guys were talking about toxic masculinity and how we have to lose our aggression and we have to be more emotional. I was like, hold it. Nobody said there's a really good side to aggressive masculinity if it's channeled in the right way. Stephen Jobs was super aggressive. He just channeled it in the right way. When you channel it into picking up a gun and shooting people who disagree with you, that's not good. But there's a lot about being a man, being competitive, being aggressive, wanting to win, that if it's channeled in the right direction, gives you great sport, gives you great innovation.
First
gives
of
you
all,
great-
But it's also basically
all,
everything.
Men-
If
yeah.
you want to get anywhere in life,
but it's
like,
being demonized. You're being like men are you know you
is
see this,
demonized,
and they
for
speak
sure.
about men in such rudimentary terms
Yeah.
like toxic, hierarchy, patriarchy. It's like, hey man, I'm a little bit more complicated than that.
Right. But by the way, when people say this about look at aggressive things like sports, how many times, I've been watching these UFC fights, like I said, just to check it out, because I know you, I like Eric Koch, I'm on a podcast with him, Worst Fire Team, we play video games. But anyway, when I watch this now, there's a lot of emotion in it. When two guys just
And bonding.
Wait! I love that. That's what I'm saying. Two guys, they're fighting. Literally, looks like they're trying to kill each other. Right when that shit is over, they embrace, and you can see the guy the respect. He's like,
sure.
you earn. Yeah, you
sure.
can see the one that wins. He looks at the other guy like, you push me to the limit, and
sure.
there's a certain thing that goes on there. Men cry around sports all the time,
Absolutely.
and it's such a masculine thing.
And they hug and they
Yeah, man.
But anyone who's done anything, whether it's a
Football players cry all the
whether
time.
it's a football player, whether it's a fighter, whether it's a comic who's doing well on the road,
whether it's an innovator,
whoever it is,
created a business.
correct.
Yeah.
It's so competitive to get to that level.
You
it's
need
a
your
dog
aggression.
eat, dog eat. I mean, you
can't be that emotional and
You're not
vulnerable.
going to make it. You're going to get eaten alive.
If I come into the boardroom and we're trying to compete and we're trying to come up with a better way to do
And you
something,
don't
I go-
argue your point?
I go, hey Brendan, I'm right today, guys. Can you watch the way you speak? Because I'm feeling a little sad and vulnerable. You'd be like,
or no, but what?
Holy fuck!
No, but what happens if we came in the boardroom and you have this brilliant idea and you go to put it out and you go, well, no, I think this, and you don't argue your point. You're like, I don't like controversy. I'm just going to back up.
Right.
Well, then your great points.
Or
aren't
I
getting
make
through.
a complaint to human resources. The fuck out! I'd be like, hey bro, hold on, let me finish this. You
Yeah.
fight for your idea.
Yeah, bow,
Google,
bow,
Pixar,
bow,
that's what
bow.
they do. They just throw the best idea out there and
Yeah.
you have a war of ideas.
Even with comics, though, you see certain comics, a lot of those guys, they're fighting for their stage time.
No
they're fighting
shit.
on the road. They're fighting.
You're fighting for your expression, especially I want to see when I watch Bill Burr, he's angry and he's talking about shit. We're all laughing our ass off because he's got a strong point of view that's trying to dominate other points of view. It's beautiful.
Dominate points of views, yeah. But also go up to Bill when he was younger. Go, hey, I know you're supposed to do 10. You mind if you just do 8 because I want to do 12? You go, get the fuck out of my face, man.
Right.
Because it's a competition.
Right.
He has.
But
to
if there's toxic masculinity, is there toxic femininity?
Sure. Look, I think what they're talking about is this. I think usually when people talk about equality or they talk about making the world more fair, which you hear a lot from these particular groups, I think what they're talking about is the idea that they don't want to be bullied, controlled, or oppressed by somebody who's in power that didn't earn it, or somebody in power that was just put there. I understand that.
Or bully me, but at least give me the opportunity to
I
fight.
would say toxicity. I mean, masculine toxicity or toxic masculinity, which was an invented term that's very recent. I think anytime any group, and I promised you with women, it's the same thing. When women get power, when men get power, when one group gets power, and there's another group that's vulnerable, they're going to take most of the spoils.
Did you
women are way harder on women than they are.
That's my point. You heard Kathy Griffin on Howard Stern, because she went through that whole Trump thing, right? And she was banned from all these things, and they were asking her about it. And she goes, I'm such a feminist, but this hurts me to say it. She goes, I was so jealous because when guys get in trouble, like Louis C.K. or these guys get in trouble, the men, for whatever reason, group around them. They become a team. Not that they're defending, but they support them at the best they can. She goes, not one female supported me. No one. And she goes, it's worse for females.
In defense of females, though, like it can't be. We don't just. I don't think it's the same. That was a terrible joke. It was terrible.
Should she lose her
no, but here's the thing.
Living off of it, though?
Yeah, but check it out. If 60 million people like someone and you have a severed head of that person, there's going to be backlash.
There's going to be backlash.
Which I think she knows, right?
Has she bounced back from that or no?
Oh, yeah. You know, yeah, she's like doing a special about it. She's been touring about it.
She does a touring. She's sold out.
She's going to come back.
I mean, that's what happens.
No, she's back.
Yeah.
That was her whole thing on Howard Stern. She's back.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is like I don't think that's necessarily the same. I don't know if those two things equate. You know, like what happened with Louis and that thing.
Louis is a bad example. So let's say Bryan did the same joke. Let's say Bryan, not that he would. Let's say Bryan did the same joke. The guys around Bryan are going to we're going to support Bryan.
Possibly.
I might not agree with that.
But you're going to back me up.
100%.
So they say that men, what's really, really important to men, there's a book called The Way of Men by Jack Donovan that this woman was just telling me about. And he did
That's a weird sentence.
Yeah, it is. But men, what's really important to men apparently is to have these loyalty bonds in small groups. But like loyalty bond, like you need your group. It's really important for men to have their group of men around them. Like it's
supportive.
Like, yeah, like our band of brothers.
I see that in the podcast market.
Yeah,
there's a group. Like
you
have the Rogan group. You know,
I'm loyal. I'm loyal. Like we're loyal. Like if you ask him, like if I might fuck with him and we might have arguments or whatever. But if I was in a group of dudes or people and they started going bad on him,
not happy,
or going, my instinct is immediately to
my brother's keeper.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
I'm never going to like, especially if it was a public thing. Say I was on a public forum and somebody started bashing Rogan or Brendan or you for that matter, because you're all my you're in my my instinct would be to fight right away, not fight physically, but to fight.
I know what you mean.
You know, to be like, whoa, fuck faces. You don't know what you're. I'd go on the offensive, and that's very common for men. Very common when you have a team of dudes that we're probably hardwired for it. We probably, because we came up from millennium as in bands, having to hunt, having to fight. And I think that really is part of our genetic makeup.
Yeah, but see, I find that like, have you been around have you been around female sports, like sports teams?
Not much.
Like I used to like coach.
I have WNBA tickets.
I used to really. Wow,
absolutely.
Are you a groupie?
Absolutely,
that'd be hilarious.
not.
You'd be a good groupie for that, though.
Just kidding. No.
He's out there like, "What's up, girl?" You know,
LA Sparks, LA Sparks.
That's my girl. You know,
Don't
like,
bitch.
well, I gotta tell you, man, like a sports chick, like a super sports chick. I mean, you want to talk about focused and like they are. I just think that they have that same thing. The ones that decide to go in that area.
What do you mean?
Because I used to coach both. I've coached boys and I've coached girls. Right?
At what level?
Like grammar school, high school.
Okay.
You know, but like with boys, you could be like, your mama should have never had you with that defense.
You're
okay,
right.
You know what I mean? Right. You can say that kind of shit.
Your mama should have never had you with that defense.
You know what I mean? That with girls.
No.
This is all you have to say. I'm so disappointed with how you played today.
You can do that with certain kids too.
I know, but I'm saying, but the reaction is so different. Like I can't tell a girl like shut up. Like it's a different.
Hey, bro, when you're in a relationship with a woman, I mean, one of the things about being married or any kind of relationship, I have a point of view I want to make, right?
How you say it is so important.
Watch this, exactly. If I say to Brendan, I go, no, dude, you're not, that's not what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. And he's like, what? And we argue about the point.
Yeah, that doesn't
he's
bother me.
If I do that too,
Tone.
if
It's
I
the
my
tone.
tone.
Yeah.
So the
We
whole
podcast too much.
That's it.
You and I were
No,
the
it's not
same.
even just podcasting. It's just even like
this.
doing stand up.
Yes.
We can't do. Oh, dude, I just got out of a relationship
That's
because
how
of this type of shit. I can't.
That's how I talk. This
Oh.
is me.
you're making a point.
So like I interrupt. We
You're
yell
yelling
over
at
each
me.
other.
You're yelling at me.
I do this.
No, I'm not Brian Callen. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's fine.
Oh, they like to throw that at you. Like,
Yeah,
you're
like-
not on your podcast right now.
I get
You
this.
guys
I
get
get-
that?
I get
Oh,
this.
my
I get
God.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Should I get a mic out right now so we can talk on your podcast?
You want to put this on YouTube? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, bitch. I'd like the views. I actually
She'll
would
call
like
me
the
by
views.
my dad's name. Okay, Mike Callen. I'm like, I go
Same
fucking
thing, yeah.
crazy.
You sound like your dad right now.
Oh,
I'm
I do
like,
this. I go. So she was comparing me to some. She was saying
she knows how to
something
get to
about
you.
being a little rich kid or something, right?
Oh, wow.
And that gets my trigger because I made it in Hollywood on my own.
I know
And I
that.
do this. I go.
I know the buttons to push.
I go like this. Apparently, I started going. I go. Okay, let's get one thing straight. I go, he's like, I'm a fucking killer and I'll kill people. And I'm about how I'm like really competitive. She goes, all right, apparently I'm posturing like that.
Yeah.
It's done. I'm finished.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like in that, what I'm saying is like
You do that too.
How you talk and motivate, like boys, as opposed to like how you talk and motivate girls is different. But what I'm just trying to say though is that I find that the female athlete is a killer. Like, you know, they don't fool yourself into think that like,
Oh, look at the UFC. Those women are.
I mean, they're just.
killers.
I'm talking like soccer, volleyball.
Just as
like
competitive.
they have that thing that is just like, you know,
Passion.
They have to succeed.
Yeah, they
like
wanna win.
You know, it's like ugh.
that winning mentalities, you know, men or women. They're monsters.
trying to win.
Hang
Yeah,
out with Lindsey Vaughn, like, ooh.
yeah. They just want to like. They want to.
They're the ultra winner. They're
Ugh,
the
it's
same
like, oh
mentality
man,
as
it's the
Kobe
same
Bryant.
mentality. Yeah.
That's
Christ,
right.
dude.
Yeah, they all have that.
For
like,
sure.
you know what I mean? Because if they're in it, you know, there's no halfway.
No.
I just think there's no halfway. If they decide I'm going to be in this sport, I'm going to do this. A shark's going to bite off their arm, but that bitch is still going to be out there.
But same with some,
You know what I mean?
you know,
Same thing with actresses,
there's
I mean.
so actress, female comics, Eliza Schlesinger, Shark.
Oh, fuck.
Shark.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna
When
do
you
it,
come
you know?
in, Shark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like fucking killer.
No, she's.
But we
Ali
have to,
Wong.
what I'm saying is,
Killer.
but what I'm saying is we have to be.
Whitney Cummings. They're going to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Eliza's gonna steamroll you.
She's going to get her.
You better watch your P's and Q's.
The thing is, like, haven't you invented villains in your life to help you succeed? Like, I've done that.
Every morning.
Like, I have to, you know what I mean? Every morning. He has a villain list. Who do I
Every
hate
morning.
today? But I think
man.
that, like, unfortunately, though, for, like, say, like, for female comics or female actresses, like, you know, the villain, it's easy to pick a villain because
men.
the villain is there. It's all men.
Yeah.
You know, like, because, you know, we're not getting a chance.
That's not the way
you're
to
holding
go,
me
man.
back. But it's
It's kind of working.
What a great motivation, though,
Yeah.
like, to, like, you know what I mean?
They got Captain Marvel out of it.
Yeah, that
Just
was
kidding.
That was a good movie. What are you talking about? I liked Captain
I didn't
Marvel.
see it, you feminist. Fuck.
So you're not with your girl anymore?
No, yeah, I was.
No.
Not talking about it.
makes me laugh.
I'm gonna get in trouble already. I already feel like even just talking
because
about
last
it.
time you were on, you're like, we're so in love. That's my boo. That is my boo. I was like, God damn, man.
Did I say that?
It was pretty extreme.
Anytime our experience is in, anytime we have a friend who's like, this is my girl and I love her and here's the ring and she's incredible. Brendan and I are like, let me see when that's going to end.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's almost
tough.
like, oh, that bad, huh? You're trying to commit
Debbie
yourself.
Downers.
Cool. Anybody's
Debbie
talking that much,
Downers.
we love each other. Every time I meet a woman, no, I could never imagine cheating on her. We're so in love. It's like, ooh, boy,
There we go.
I guess she'll be on the market in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough. Relationships are tough when you're in this business too. When you're like this business, when you're like, you know, very masculine, I guess too. Like, you know,
Also, nobody teaches us how to fucking talk to each other.
Yeah, man, we don't
Yeah,
know.
nobody
We're
teaches.
always
with-
talking at, you know.
Just about like the men and women. Like I watched you with like you were getting. He was in an argument with his brother, and Brendan will get in your face like when he's trying to make a point. That's
Just
not
with
what
my
I'm
brother.
fucking saying.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
in your face. But
Just with my brother.
You've done that to me, do you?
Oh,
excuse me.
You're a
Well,
6'4"
we're like
monster.
brothers.
no, but you're not doing it to bully. You're just.
I wouldn't do it when I didn't
You're
know,
making
though.
your point.
Yeah.
No,
right?
but subconsciously, no, I disagree with you. Subconsciously, he for sure is bullying. Subconsciously, it's like
He's not a bully though.
I know I'm not saying,
Yeah.
but I mean subconsciously,
Yes.
you're huge and you're
Yeah.
you know you're like I know what I'm you know
Well, yeah,
and
he's
we
trying to-
find ourselves doing that with like
Yeah, you're
you know
right.
and you can't do that with like my girlfriend would say
You
like
can only do it with certain people.
yeah, she'd be like, you know I'm uncomfortable right now. Like, okay, then you have to be like,
You have to check
Now,
yourself.
Brendan doesn't like when you. So we were playing when Brendan didn't know Eliza Schlesinger. We were playing volleyball, and Eliza.
This is
said to him-
years ago,
But
6 years ago.
But Eliza goes, she goes, "You're a pro athlete. I thought you'd be better at volleyball."
She was not very good, huh? I was like,
And she's a comic.
I didn't
She
know her
said-
at all.
And I saw his face stop, and he looked at Tony, who's also an Olympian,
Yeah.
an Olympic boxer, and his face just.
I had to spike a
And
ball in a bitch's face.
He goes, we have to win. We have to win. And it was a volleyball game. And
you guys would be a great couple.
Dude, me and Eliza?
Yeah.
Right, well,
you guys would be a great couple.
Or we'd be like
Because
two
she knows-
Siamese fish.
No, because she knows she would know how to get you.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
Oh, you didn't do well on that audition? Oh, maybe because you're.
I know.
Eliza will get
Dude,
to
I
you.
fucked up so bad at the improv the other night. I was bringing up Eliza. There's no MC, so we're just tagging off,
Oh, God.
I brought her up, and I'm such a fuck, especially in this culture. I go, ladies and the fans are there to see her, not my dumb meathead ass.
Yeah.
And I go, ladies and gentlemen, she's the best female comic on the planet. Give it up for Eliza Schlesinger. And she got up there and went, and I'm like, I'm just trying to walk out. She goes, excuse me, female. And I was like, as soon as she went that, I was like, oh God. I
know.
turned around and went, sorry. But I felt like such a dick.
Well, but they could pick anything. You could have said anything.
She's such a beast.
But I should have said she's one of the best comedians on the
That
planet.
doesn't matter.
Which she is.
I thought I was giving her a big compliment,
Yeah.
saying the best female on the planet, which I do think she is,
I think
but
she's
I
a
kind of
killer.
fucked up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but you can. I'm sure you have a list of dudes that you would think are funnier than her. So
It's hard. For me,
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like I love her too. I love her. You know how many of my female friends that I know, they'll hit me. My female friends hit me up about two people. Okay, two people. First of all, I'm sick of in LA. If you meet a hot girl in LA,
Yeah.
and you tell her you do comedy, her first question is, "Do you know Chris D'Elia?" Okay, so that's getting on my fucking nerves. Okay,
all
that
love
is
him.
getting
That's
on
the
my
best.
fucking nerves.
They all love him.
All right, like they're just like, "Do you know Chris D'Elia?" And I'm like, ah.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm sick of that. Okay, and the other one is they love Eliza.
Yeah.
They just
For
like,
sure.
oh, Eliza's, But what
kind
I'm
of-
saying
she's
is
kind of
like,
undeniable. She's such a
yes,
beast.
yes,
Yes.
it just has like, boom, boom, boom.
She should kill her.
I know,
She's
but
so
like
good.
if you're in your mind, you were, you had a list. You said, okay, well, who's my top 10 female comics? But that's why we have best actress, best actor. That's why we have female sports and male sports.
I know, I didn't think it was a bad thing.
It's not NBA. It's not LeBron to Bethany. We're not doing that. You know what I mean? We separate it on purpose.
I know, and in
so
my
like we do
head-
that in life. So go fuck yourself.
And I didn't know I
You know what
fucked
I
up
mean?
till I was saying, when you're saying something, you're like, oh, you
I know.
fucked up.
Yeah, but
especially with her.
As a guy, we don't even know what to say.
That's
anymore.
how we
just go,
think.
No, but I
know. I was like, I thought it was a
comedy's a little
compliment.
different though. I would put Eliza personally. I would put if I had every comic you can think of that's a dude. I'd put Eliza in that lineup, and I don't think you'd see a. I mean, she'd be.
I get, I get that. What we're talking about is preference.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
We're talking about preference. We're talking about choice.
Yeah.
To me, it should be an elitist system. It's like
Absolutely.
it should be.
Yeah.
But it's like because every
Meaning a
group-
meritocracy, meaning the best person should rise to the top.
Yeah. But what ends up happening is you have so many groups have their like hey and then in entertainment business it is entertainment. It's also image business too. So you got to look a certain way. You got to like present yourself a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have a hodgepodge of things. So you have like here's talent, here's looks, here's personality, and those things have to coalesce, right? And sometimes they just you might be someone that's like that person isn't as funny as so and so, but it's like there's other packages
I
that
had
go
an
there.
acting teacher who used to look
You know?
at people. It was a professional, really a class where everybody was working. And he'd go like this. He'd go, "What's going on with you?" And they go, "What?" He goes, "Talented, but you don't look good. Why do you not look good? This is a
Yeah.
cosmetic industry." He'd be that blunt.
Oh, wow.
And it was true.
It's
He's
kinda
like, you
good.
dress. He goes, "I'm talking about if you want to compete." You're walking in like that, and they're gonna find a reason not to like you.
Yeah.
And in this fucking business, everything has to be
Yeah, you
locked
need
down.
everything.
You can't go in there looking.
it's tough.
You
But
know,
I think
and he'd
that's
say this to
good.
women a lot of times, and he was talking about the reality of the situation. You can say whatever you want.
It works, though,
We
doesn't
know
it?
how human beings work. People are like,
it works.
okay, it was run by men. Yeah, well, guess what? The women that were getting hired were the ones that were buttoned down in every aspect of their life. And so
Or
it's
sucking dick, yeah.
wait a minute.
Wow. What? Really?
Harvey
Why'd you look
Weinstein,
off,
dude.
Why'd you look off?
Well, no, that was the culture back then. Not
but,
now.
Yeah, but they were still
Actually, it wasn't.
talented.
Oh, some.
You know?
Actually, I don't think a lot of women got anywhere by
Some.
sucking dick. I think a lot of them were just, because it's so competitive. Like that, you have those bad people, like Harvey.
If the gatekeeper is a piece of shit, then that's tough.
I didn't see a lot of it in my 25 years in terms of like.
You weren't cute enough.
No, but I didn't see a lot of like on the set and stuff. Everybody's so busy and there's so much money on the line that you're doing your work.
Yeah, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
No.
We don't know what somebody had to do to get there.
No, you have no idea. By the time you're there, all that's done.
I was a hot.
You're not during that audition process. They're not
I
bringing you
haven't
in.
seen
I
a
was
lot
a
of
hot.
smoke.
I was a hot chick back then.
Oh, God, you're the worst.
Let's do some current events, Jen. What do you got?
You're the worst.
Start with that.
So
Speaking of hot chicks,
Oh boy.
Ellen DeGeneres came out and said that her stepfather used to sexually abuse her.
Damn.
And she said that she hid it for a long time because her mom seemed really happy. And the reason why her stepdad would molest her is because he would use the excuse, your mother had breast cancer. She had to have her breast removed because of lumps. I need to check your breast for lumps.
Damn.
And she would start to lock her doors, and eventually he would try to break into her room. She busted out of the window and eventually ran away from home.
Jesus Christ. Man.
Well, that's terrible.
That's awful.
it's hard to hear that.
It's horrible.
And then at the same time, see how famous she became.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Uber famous.
You know?
Ron Funches said
You made me uncomfortable. Like we did this, then all of a sudden, like a female voice comes on, and it's like you should have had like a string. And I was like, oh fuck,
And
okay.
I was talking about how sexual abuse doesn't really exist in
And
Hollywood.
then you like cue
I didn't see
female.
a lot of
He goes,
chicks
I've never
get-
seen it.
I didn't see a lot of
Okay.
girls.
Well, and this
Well,
is why
then
you've
we're
never seen
good.
it, because you
Yeah.
didn't know it was happening.
Yeah.
No one would think that.
Well, I stand corrected. Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
Well, to lighten it up, it was on David Letterman's new Netflix show, and we have a clip of him getting dressed by Kanye here.
Oh, sick.
I took the Kanye one off. This one here?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you were going to say to lighten up the Ellen DeGeneres situation.
No, to
You
lighten
had,
up the
you had,
mood in
you know,
general.
oh.
This is the debut episode. When's it air? I didn't watch the other one. It's you know what they're trying. It's a long form interview. You know that
Mm-hmm.
you'd want on a podcast, but they film it, but it's still overly
We're
produced.
filming this. It's still a podcast, you know? This
It
is
is.
still just a
It-
podcast.
Niche.
A high production podcast.
The highest.
Yeah. But podcasts are getting, look at Tom and Christina, they got this, they got like a whole, it looks
Yeah,
like a
they-
set.
yeah,
It
it's a
looks like
set-ish, yeah.
it's turning into, it's a show, you know what I
For
mean?
sure.
But we just don't need a network. All we need is like YouTube.
Let me see this, Jen.
Letterman, swag. That's fire.
So he took him to get clothes.
Do I look okay or
Is it his labels?
Oh my God.
So he specifically went to Kanye to get dressed for his show. He just says that he likes the way Kanye makes clothes.
Yeah, bro. You know, show Kim your outfit. I dressed Dave.
Oh, yeah. You have, yeah. It's great that they're just there ready.
he does look good in that outfit, actually.
And if somebody could drive me to the mall, I'd buy this.
Really?
Yeah. I like the colors. I like the fit.
Why do they have the
I like
jackets
the
on?
leather shoes. And so there you go.
Yeah, but that
She's
outfit.
gorgeous. Look at her.
Yeah,
Paying for
yeah, by the way,
We're not just here.
She's so hot.
By the way-
not her, the other one.
no, but by the way,
What are they doing? They look
when
they
people
do look young though.
when people hate on Kim Kardashian, that shit pisses me off because she's not regular fine. Okay, she's dope. Okay,
preach.
and then they go, well, she had work done.
Don't
yeah,
give a fuck.
it's like putting rims
seems
on
to
a
work.
Bentley.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, yeah.
I put rims on a Bentley. Okay?
also-
that's not a Toyota Corolla that I fixed up.
She had a
had
good
the base.
she started from a good base.
yeah,
good
she,
base.
okay,
Base.
she's dope. So
Yeah.
stop.
but these
Yeah.
doctors, whoever's doing that, like her mom looks good too. Like they look young.
Here's the thing,
Like,
though.
maybe I should.
But by
I
the
need
way,
to find that doctor.
Letterman looks good in that outfit because that outfit is probably $3,000.
Oh,
right.
Like
it's
when you
more
got,
than
you know
that.
what I mean? Like
That's-
when you got
everything said and
money,
done, probably
when you
13
got money,
Gs.
you look
15
how great he looks. Like a good looking older man.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'd smash.
No, he is. He looks good.
Yeah, Kim's a hot
Yeah, she's hot. So stop
I mean,
it.
she couldn't look better. Look at her.
gorgeous.
People act like it was a
Look at her
Craigslist ad.
skin.
Oh, I know.
You know, people act like it was a Craigslist ad. Do you want to be super famous? Call in, and then they just pick anybody. No.
But look at her.
It's also
skin.
like you go to
She
the
ain't
doctor. Let me
regular.
know how it works out for you. Let me know if you look like Kim K if you go to that doctor.
Yeah. Go to. They think. Then why don't you
that.
just do it?
Yeah.
You know what it's like? It's like a buddy of mine that used to be like. I had this buddy of mine named Sean, and he would be like, "I'm just as good as Avery Johnson in the NBA." That's what he would say. I'm as good as him. And I go, then why aren't you in the NBA?
Yeah.
Like, go do it. You mean to tell me you don't want to make millions of dollars? Like, why don't you go try out and be on the team?
Yeah.
He's like, well, shut the fuck up.
There's so many excuses like that. There's so many.
But this is what I'm saying. These girls are like, oh, I could do that, or it's like, well, then go do it.
Go do it.
Go do it. You don't want to be worth $1 billion.
She is astonishing. She's beautiful.
Right.
I mean, I saw her.
really
I worked
into
with her
it.
on How I Met Your Mother. Like, I saw her. We had our dressing rooms right next to each other, and pretty, but not. There. I don't know what's going on. She looks.
A lot of makeup. She's camera ready.
Look at him trying to downplay it like he's not.
But can I ask you a naive question? There are 0 wrinkles on that face at all. Is that Botox? What is that?
I don't she's made up. There's makeup and
it's
stuff.
Makeup. They hide it.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
I'm asking how that happens.
Yeah, I know.
How old is she?
30.
She's in her, I think, mid-30s, mid to late 30s.
The end is near. You know what I mean? The end is near. We're going to have to put her down soon.
That's how this business
body's
works.
gonna-
38?
Oh, 38.
Damn.
Oh, shit. Good for her.
She looks great.
But it's money. Look at all the ones in there. Like Gwen Stefani looks delicious
Dude,
as hell.
J-Lo's
she's so
J-Lo's fucking 50.
And
Yeah. That booty is still up here. It hasn't even clicked
thank
down.
God for doctors.
Yeah, man. 49.
Beyonce,
God
37.
damn.
Jennifer
Beyonce's
Aniston,
young.
50.
I don't even know who the new one. I just worked with Jennifer Aniston. Looks
Gorgeous.
beautiful in person.
Man, so
Crazy.
does
single.
Robin Wright. Robin
Wright.
Wright looks fun. I was like, oh,
Oh, but
my
she's got
God.
that. She's got that. You know who's got
So
that?
gorgeous.
Helen Mirren got that. Like
Fuck, man, Robin Wright.
Which one's
though.
Robin Wright?
she's
She was at
Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Oh,
53.
yeah.
She still
She
got
looks
it.
great.
Good.
God,
Go for
Jenny
you,
was a
girl.
By the way, nobody prettier when she was younger. Forget it, and just cool and talented.
Yeah, she was hot though, dude.
Yeah. Don't say was.
She still
She
is.
is.
I
She
saw
is.
her
I
in
meant
person
is.
at
I meant
53. I
is.
was like, oh my God.
Who did you say? What girl did you say?
Her. She was Jenny. From
Oh, you
Forrest
both
Gump.
said Robin Wright.
Yeah, Robin Wright. Yeah.
1981.
Oh, Helen Mirren.
Been working for that
You
long.
know who Helen Mirren is? She's a sexy old lady.
What was she in?
Now, Helen Mirren, when she was younger, please bring her up.
Let me see her
in
right now, though.
Caligula, in Caligula.
No, but look at. Let's just look at her now, and then we'll look at her. That's Helen Mirren.
Oh, yeah.
She still got it. Look at that.
Well,
That's a
bring her
sexy
up. Bring
grandma
her up
right
in
there.
Caligula, please.
How old
when
is
she? Was
she?
younger.
How old is she, though?
70,
Caligula?
75.
For sure, dude.
How do you spell Caligula?
The Roman Emperor. Caligula.
You know it's old school when Google can't even help you out there.
There she is.
Yeah.
Her body was ridiculous in this, though. She wears like see-through shit.
Yeah.
It's not her.
It's funny how she still looks the same. That's good. That's the good thing about her.
That one?
Is she pregnant in that? What's going on there?
It's a bad, I don't know.
She looks hotter,
That's a fake
older,
tummy.
Brian.
Yeah, I think
That's
so
a fake
too.
tummy.
Yeah,
How do we get started? Oh, yeah.
There.
Kim K. Well, that's like I saw Black China in person when I was in New York. They told me she's next door. I'm like, I got to get my peepers on her. And went over
Your
there.
peepers?
All of us were like, dude, she's fucking hot, man.
Bring up Susan Sarandon, naked.
What are you?
naked?
Susan Sarandon, when she was younger, was ridiculous.
this is like
How did
odd
we know
list of
this?
women.
Watch
Like,
this.
where do you?
Watch this. Watch
Is
this.
this some like liberal list?
So she was such a little babe when she was younger.
Okay, I'm not mad at it.
No,
I'm not happy about it. I'm
great actress.
Yeah,
not thrilled about it. I got to be honest.
Jamie Lee Curtis. That one. Jamie Lee Curtis is another
In
one.
True Lies.
That's in your.
She
That's
had
in
a hell
your.
of a-
True Lies.
No, but
Hell of a
Jamie Lee
body.
Curtis in
Her True Lies?
No, her back. You have to go back to the Eddie Murphy
That's
Trading
right.
Places.
That's right.
Jamie Lee Curtis. There it is. Trading Places.
Check out the tits.
Yeah.
She had a great body, dude.
man.
Well, this podcast
You know
got
what?
weird.
It really
With you
sucks. I know we
two
got creepy.
weirdos.
No, we got it. Just you know what sucks now is like if you're gonna do a scene like this in a movie now, you have to know that okay, it's everywhere. You know, before there was no internet, no social media, so then maybe you have to go see it on screen to
Yeah.
see it. No one's really taking a picture.
These women were such good actresses. What I'm saying is, and at the same time, it was just a different time, and hot as fuck, and weren't just victims to their good looks. That's
Okay.
Well,
All right, what
it's
are you
not-
doing?
That's not a picture.
What was that one?
What was that?
I just saw balls.
Is that her?
No, that is not her. She did
Oh,
not
still,
do
that's her
porn.
new movie. Wow,
She did
that's
not
cool,
do
man.
porn.
No,
that's her.
But you
dude.
can take her face and superimpose
Hey,
it.
that guy is balls.
I'm can you guys look up
That guy's balls.
Yes,
dude.
he
Do me a
is.
favor.
Yes, he
Look
is.
up Fighter and the Kid, and then put like XXX and see what comes up.
I'm sure. I'm sure,
Let's
dude.
see if there's like, oh, look at that. It's nothing.
Oh.
Pete Davidson. That's hilarious, and that's what comes up. Okay, put Fighter and the Kid naked and see if anybody's made some pictures. And guys, you fans out there, you need to start doing that. You know, there's nothing. Look at that. You guys aren't.
Not a ton.
You guys aren't even mentioned.
Closest.
Yeah, that's. Oh wow.
A couple of young bucks.
Dude, we were young. How about
All right, what else you got?
So Chipotle is going to be giving away $1 million worth of food during the playoffs.
Cool.
Anytime somebody mentions the word free in the first half of the game, the first 500 people to check Chipotle's Twitter feed will text a code to their number and then receive.
Complicated.
Yeah, it's kind of like you
Well, they
hear
don't
the word.
really
and
want to
then-
give the food away.
No.
It's like a rebate where you have to like,
just raising-
you know,
That's right.
you know, one of those rebates
Yeah.
where you have to like, well, cut this off the box.
Oh, I know.
You know, put this. You have to mail this in, fill this out.
7 months later.
Yeah, you have to find like a pint of blood from a goat, and then you're gonna get $60 back.
God,
Just
man.
give me the fucking instant rebate. I don't understand.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I guess it's good promotion for them. I'll just buy
I guess
my
we're talking
fucking
about it on
burrito.
your-
I'm just going to buy my burrito. How about that?
yeah. Well, not everybody
Hey,
has
Twitter, as
burrito
soon as
money.
you hear the on-air
Not everybody has Showtime special burrito money over here.
Oh, you have a Showtime special.
I have two actually, but The Ugly Truth and American Warrior. But anyways, let's go on.
So weird.
So Kit Harington has checked himself into rehab over the last couple of episodes that were released for Game of Thrones.
Don't want to know this. I didn't want to know this about him.
I don't
This is
want Jon
information-
Snow to have problems.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to know that because it's an honorable character. So now you've blurred the lines, and now I just know. Like now we're fully aware. And this in the final season being so horrible.
You
and
hated
this.
it?
Oh, I hated it. It was terrible.
You're a hater.
You know, I hate it. It's the.
You hate the whole thing?
No, the last season was terrible. The creators got lazy.
Well, they were like, you know what? We're all set. We're good with Star Wars.
No, first of all, they think that it's hubris, you know, because they thought they
Explain.
created, and we could do it. They didn't get any. The author wasn't involved. HBO wanted to give them 10 episodes. They were like, no, we could do it in 6. I think they just checked out. There must be some shit behind the scenes where they just wanted to get away from the new
It was just
HBO
so
people.
hard too. With it.
And then with this poor guy, it's like,
Plus they're off
imagine
script.
being like, you know, you have all this money now that comes out of nowhere, you know.
It's not that much money, though. Have
Oh,
you
he's
seen how
making a
much
lot
they
of
get?
money.
Not that much.
No, he's getting like 500 an episode for the
Yeah.
last 3 or 4 seasons. He's worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Dude, all you need is like a couple $1 million in the bank, and then you're like, whatever lifestyle you choose to live, you're going to be crazy.
That's fair.
yeah.
You know what I mean? These
that's
people.
So, but did he start drinking because of the hate he was getting from the character and like the plot?
It was a combination of a few things. It was a combination of the show finally ending and him not knowing what to do after that.
That's tough
Just
because you're
like-
attached to that character and you're so cemented as Jon Snow. Like if he shows up as the next Wolverine, I'm like, get the fuck out of my face, dude.
Yeah, what's
you're
Jon Snow?
Jon Snow. He had some.
Go to my queen.
He had like a
That was his
moral
every line.
gravitas as an actor, like a moral. You just like he was so pure and stuff.
But,
like,
but to the point where it's stupid.
yeah.
You know, it's like.
Well, he has a sincerity to his face. Like,
I
he
know,
doesn't
but you
smile.
Like
can't-
an innocent. He was
yeah.
good.
He couldn't be on Big Brother. Like if the cast of Game of Thrones was on Big Brother, he would lose first.
Yeah, because he's vulnerable.
He's too vulnerable.
He's very
He doesn't know how to
vulnerable.
lie.
Like, that's
He's a gentle
You don't
Yeah.
tell your sisters about the shit when you know how ruthless they are.
But that's a star quality to be able to be that vulnerable.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Like I could never.
Well,
do
it's
that.
kind of like what's his name, Justin Long. He's the Apple kid forever, and
Yep.
then you see him in movies.
What
you're like,
happened to him though? I haven't seen him in a movie in a while.
Good
on a
podcast.
podcast.
Very good.
yeah, going along with Justin Long or some
Yeah.
shit
Very,
like that.
very
He
good
was just on
Taking
Armchair
it-
Expert.
taking it
He
long.
was really good though. Taking it long.
He's an excellent actor.
Dude, his story on I know I keep talking about Armchair Expert with Dak Shepard. His story on there
That's your
is one-
favorite podcast,
It's my
apparently.
favorite podcast. His story on
Not
there
riffing
is
with
one of the
Griffin?
best stories I've ever heard anybody tell in
Really?
entertainment.
Why?
Because he talks about how he's shooting one of the movies. He's been in a ton of movies, and he's back home. They're shooting back in his hometown.
What was his big movie?
And he goes out, Jeepers Creepers, and he goes out with like
whoa. Whoa.
He was a star.
We have to stop.
That was his first one.
We have to stop.
That's his first main.
I
role.
asked what was his big movie, and he, without even a beat, Jeepers Creepers. Like, motherfucker, nobody saw Jeepers Creepers. Are you out of your fucking mind? Nobody saw Jeepers Creepers. Well, what is his big thing? It's not Jeepers
Dodgeball.
Creepers.
Dodgeball.
No, before that he was.
It was
in Die
before
Hard,
that,
Die
man.
Hard
Was it
3.
with Ryan Reynolds?
He was in Die Hard.
The
Yeah.
TGIF
Can you
version
keep
movie?
going back? Look how long this guy's been
No,
working.
he was also in Waiting. He was
Alvin
great. in
That's the
Waiting.
one I was talking
He
about.
was great in Waiting.
Funny people. No, it's not that. Keep going.
He's just not in that into
Live
you?
Free, Die Hard. That's not the one.
He's brilliant.
No, keep going. God, this guy's worked a lot.
Accepted.
The 70s show. No, it was something.
Idiocracy.
It wasn't Jeepers Creepers. If you got 100 people and you asked them to tell you a Justin Long movie,
Jeepers Creepers.
like 4 of them would
That's
say
a
Jeepers
huge
Creepers.
movie.
Oh my
I think
God.
it just goes Jeepers Creepers.
Galaxy Quest. He was great. And that's the one I remember. Okay, that was a good one. Underrated movie, Galaxy Quest. That was a great Jeepers Creepers.
Wow.
And wait. And Jeepers Creepers 2.
I don't know
So
2.
you're a Jeepers Creepers 2 guy.
I like 2 as well.
Oh, he wasn't even in 1. Oh, he was.
No,
Okay.
he was his first lead role in part 1. But his story about being in this hometown, and he goes out with 2 castmates that he didn't really know, and these guys take him out. They're like these drunk, like meatheads, take him out and ask him to smoke weed, and there's actually angel dust in it, and they're driving him, and he thought that they were gonna kill him because they were basically kidnapping him, and he gets out of the launched himself. It's a crazy story.
Wow.
It was such a good podcast, him telling a story. I had somewhere to be, and I pulled over and waited till it finished, and then carried on with my life. That's how good it was.
Damn.
Shout out to Justin Long.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Jeepers
He's a
Creepers
good actor.
1 and 2.
I'm a cherry. I'm armchair
I had
cherry.
friends who have directed him, and they're like, he's just so good. He's such a good actor, man. He
Yeah,
gives
he's
you
really
whatever
talented.
you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. He
Happy
gives you what you want.
Campers. He was good in that one too.
I don't know how we got started. What else we got?
So Jeff Bezos' soon-to-be ex-wife says that she's doing the same thing as Bill and Melinda Gates, where she's going to give away more than half of her income.
That's oh my God. Can
35.
you imagine? First of all, you build an empire, $100 billion empire.
More, but yeah.
You get married, and like she just gives your money away.
She's keeping half of it though.
Actually, he retweeted her. I don't know if this is him being genuine or him trying to help with the divorce proceedings, but he tweeted out that he's proud of what she's doing.
Yeah, he didn't get a
He's probably got a lot of respect for her. She was a badass in her own
But
right.
he's still the richest dude in the world. Like, here, take half.
$35 billion.
Okay.
Is so crazy. Now you have what,
16
15? Like you
billion.
have 16, 17 billion. Like,
But just to put it in perspective, too,
17.5 billion
like the NFL itself is only worth about $10 billion.
Yeah. well, look, I mean, a billion
imagine that.
seconds.
It's something that's so-
A billion seconds is 33 years. A billion seconds is 1,000. $1 billion is
God.
1,000 million.
But it could be any number. Once you have $1 billion, just
It
one
doesn't matter.
billion.
See,
but that's
it's
when
like
you're-
it's such a number where you're not.
Yeah.
Like everything's.
Everything's free.
But by the way,
free.
when you're rich, okay, so you have rich crazy. Like we were talking about Jim Carrey, okay? Jim Carrey's rich, recluse, a little out there, not in touch with reality sometimes because he's so rich and famous, right? Yeah. But when you have billions of
Yeah,
dollars,
it's different.
you don't know about those people.
No.
They're so rich, you don't know about them. They're not going to be on Cribs.
They don't wanna be.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No.
They're
Not
not on
post on
lifestyles that are
Instagram.
rich and
Yeah.
famous. They're not posting. You don't even know who
They're
they are.
super rich.
They're sitting at the front row of basketball games in sweatsuits.
Yeah.
And you're looking like, who's that guy?
And they don't.
And it's
They
like
don't. They don't have Instagram.
unassuming. It's like
Yeah.
that guy right there. He's worth $6 billion. Like Ballmer. Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers.
Yeah.
That motherfucker he looks like he works at fucking Kinko's.
Yeah, it looks like
You know what I
shit.
mean? Because he's got a polo shirt on with khakis all the time, and the guy's he's got $40 billion. It's insane.
It's pretty crazy.
I just want to tell a guy like that, hey, can I just take $1 billion of your dollars and put it in my savings account for a year,
Yeah.
and then I'll give it back to you.
Yeah. Let me get the
And then
interest,
I'll
son.
give it back to
Let
you.
me get the interest.
And then I'll give it.
I'll
give it
give it
back to
right
you.
back.
Yeah, that's
That interest.
interest on $1 billion. What's that? What's even on a regular savings? You're getting 2%.
It's about
dude.
$60 million.
Yeah.
If you're conservative.
So you don't. So how do you not? There's no way for him not to continue to make money.
No.
Like when he spent $2 billion on the Clippers, it was like buying an Xbox. You know what I
If
mean?
that.
You know, it's
That's
like just,
crazy.
Yeah, here's $2 billion.
It's so crazy.
How great would it? I wonder if he wrote a check. I wonder if that was like a check.
Is it a wire?
Oh man, that'd be great. I would want to. Wouldn't you want to write a $2 billion check? That'd
be cool.
Just 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh God. Anyway,
else you guys got?
What's next?
This here. O.J. Simpson's
back?
past manager said that O.J. Simpson told him a story once about him and Kris Kardashian in a hot tub. So you know how like Rob Kardashian and Kris Kardashian were married, and then Nicole and O.J. were together. They're all friends.
This has been the rumor forever that Chloe's actually O.J.
Yes.
Simpson's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they were in a hot tub together, all four of them.
Because she was best friends with Anna Nicole Simpson.
Wait,
right?
I'm looking at OJ right now. Do I see Do I see Kim Kardashian?
If you mix them
Khloe
together,
Kardashian though.
mix them together.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I have no doubt that he took care of that.
But what did he say, Chin?
So
You think he was smashed?
they were hanging out for a while, and finally Nicole went to bed, and then Rob went to bed. So it's just Chris and OJ together in the hot tub.
Well, you fucked up leaving your girl with OJ in that tub.
Can't leave your girl with OJ.
He didn't know at the time.
They did.
He don't have murder in his eyes.
No,
Come
not
on.
murdering. He's gonna murder that pussy.
Oh, God.
Exactly. So he stood up
enough.
from the hot tub. He pulled down his shorts, and he said that Kris Kardashian, her eyes started bugging out of her head, and then he said he fucked her until he broke her.
Yeah.
Until he broke
Right, until he
her.
broke
Sounds
her.
like something a murderer would say.
So around at 2 a.m., Kris Kardashian kept knocking on the door where he was sleeping and asking her for him to take her to the hospital. And he said, have Rob do it. And since that moment, they got a divorce, Rob and Kris Kardashian, and then that I guess Nicole and OJ split up after that too.
Which you can't believe.
I can't believe a psycho.
This,
like
I mean,
no. I'm sure they fucked 100%, but
Broke her?
It's definitely exaggerated.
This is OJ. They caught OJ talking about it like in the beginning of it.
Right? From what OJ told me, the moment was in my. From what he
Wait, let me show you this. This is them in the car filming.
There's a moment that something happens that forever changes best friends, right?
That mother, man, that mother stand up, open it, put your hands on your cheeks and let me see her. She gets up and go, she turns around and looks, hey man, turn that thing off. Turn that.
So they found out they was filming, so they made him turn it off.
Oh, he's talking about fucking
Yeah.
Kris Kardashian.
Yeah. So this is going to be in a documentary that the manager who's telling the story is making.
Yeah.
I'm so into this documentary. Of course I bet.
I'm always
A ton of money.
Can I tell you
Hey,
something?
where can I find that one you were talking about? The where the people versus
O.J.
it's
Simpson
it's
on FX?
not the movie, but it's the
On
actual.
FX.
It's the actual.
The documentary?
ESPN.
That's ESPN.
That's ESPN.
ESPN.
Award winning.
You can see it
Best
on Hulu.
documentary I've ever
You
seen.
can see it on
I
other
gotta
places.
see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, man. I'm very leery of documentaries, though. I am.
Yep.
Yeah,
You should be.
They always have an agenda.
Yeah, that's
making a murderer.
Yeah.
That Michael Jackson one. Is
That Michael
like,
Jackson. When you look more into it, that's complete bullshit.
Oh, yeah,
really?
it's just a lot. Yeah, man.
Complete
Oh,
shit.
you know what it is?
Hold on. Is that right?
Complete bullshit.
So Finding Neverland is.
complete tarnish on Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah.
How- this
Oprah's
is
even-
new for me.
Oprah's even backed off. She's erased all her tweets.
What?
Took all her videos down.
When you look more into it, and like the two guys who
Well,
did all of it, it's such
No, but
Scumbags.
no. Here's the thing.
Scumbags.
I'm not arguing for or against Michael Jackson. I'm against documentaries. Okay.
Come on.
Listen, if these two guys, if this happened to them, then you're gonna put out a documentary. Make it foolproof. Like, don't have so many discrepancies. But the interesting thing about the Michael Jackson thing is that it started at a time where there was no social media. So all these people, these lawyers and what do you call it, journalists, they now have a voice, and they've been investigating this for 25 years.
They've been investigating it too, but when you look at the kids who supposedly all I'm saying that was it's so suspect when Arian Foster does a great job covering this. When you look into the kids who said they were molested by O.J. Simpson,
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, and when they interview the parents' first reaction wasn't to call the cops. The parents, the ones where they settled out of court, their first reaction was to call Michael Jackson and say, "We want money."
Wow. That says
As
a
a
lot.
parent,
Fuck
But
you.
by the way, no one was paid off. That's the other myth.
they were paid off.
no one was paid off.
They settled out of court.
That's another thing that's a myth. Like that original guy, the original in 1993, that particular case, they filed a civil suit first in
Yes.
conjunction with a criminal case.
Yes.
And any lawyer would tell you that you don't want to go a civil case first and then because it's like burden of proof is 50%, and then you could take all that information and try to use it in a criminal case.
criminal, yeah.
So they suggested to him, settle the case so you can have these people testify in the criminal case.
Yes.
But they took off.
But also the one kid in the documentary, the main guy, was now if he was molested, Michael Jackson didn't talk to that dude not at the time when he was in that major trial. They said you need one key witness. Who do you trust the most in this world? And that was his key witness. His number one defense witness was that kid at the time.
But like I say, man, I'm not.
And then now he comes out. Now before this came out, when OJ passed away, he went to
Michael, why do you keep saying OJ?
I don't know why. fucking CT. So before Michael Jackson, CT. But when he died,
Okay, Aaron Hernandez
that,
over here.
Yeah, that dude went to the Jackson's family and was like, "Hey man, you guys are doing a thing in Vegas. I want to be the guy who helps you create that." And they went, "Oh, we already have someone." He sued after that.
Well, no, they've been suing for forever.
No, not that one. Not the
No,
main guy.
Wade and him have been suing forever, and they keep getting the case thrown out of court.
not until he was denied access.
He was already a civil case had already been thrown out of court before. I'm trying to tell you, I've been in the rabbit hole on this shit.
Me too.
I've been in a rabbit hole. I'm gonna send you some other stuff.
Please do. Wade was originally his star
under the
witness.
impression that Michael Jackson's definitely guilty.
No, I'm under the impression that there's more. The information that we've been living under
with this Finding Neverland.
Bullshit.
A lot of, no, I'm talking even before that.
Yes.
I think the press, because the foreign press is all over it. I mean, there's people that are looking at the court records. The court documents you can find online
they're
now.
online.
You can see.
Have you looked at them?
You can look at. It's amazing stuff that you go, oh, I don't know if this was true.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna make a documentary to damn a dude like the way they did, don't have these discrepancies. Like the kids, like one guy said, Michael Jackson molested me in this train station on Neverland Ranch, and he molested me every time we went to the train station upstairs. Come to find out that at the time frame that he said that this happened, the train station wasn't built yet.
Yes.
Damn.
There's so many holes in
And
all
it's
this
those
shit.
kind of things you go, hey, this is important.
But if you're lying about
It's
that,
important, and why didn't you check that out when you did that?
This is what I'm saying. It's like if you're gonna that's what I'm saying. I'm not for or against.
Because I feel like he got
I just
acquitted.
think documentaries are like the way you right. He was acquitted in court.
But also
they go
the
through
director
all that.
the director of that documentary, they didn't want anybody else's opinion. They only wanted those two.
And by the
They
way,
used no other outside
when a family
opinions.
does take money, well, they didn't take money. You're saying they filed a civil case in conjunction with a criminal case.
Right, but that particular case too. They have their father on tape talking about how he's going to ruin Michael's life, and it was a very suspect situation about and that wasn't even about molestation either, by the way. But it's a weird. All I'm saying is if you really want, it's a fun deep dive to go to on the internet.
It's fun, and you'll have sympathy for Michael Jackson.
Yeah, man.
You're like, oh, he's not as much as a monster as you thought.
Yeah, as much as a monster as they portrayed.
Yes,
they painted. But all I'm saying is again, I'm very leery now of documentaries because I go, what is their agenda?
But his sister LaToya was way before any of this came out. She goes, "What is a grown man doing with 8-year-old boys?" And it's about time we talk about it.
But by the way, it's so funny you say that. You could deep dive on that. Her husband actually put her up to that because they were paid at the time that article came that she was saying that they were paid for that. So I'm saying there's
and also a lot of these allegations came out once Michael Jackson owned all of his music and the Beatles' music from Sony.
But it's a funny thing too.
It's so strange, man.
A funny thing too is you hear about this you think it's all, but do you think that he only hung out with boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's hundreds of pictures of him with little girls.
So kids in general.
There's kids in general.
And he had a lot of kids there at the same time, right? It was crowds of kids.
Parents
he helped a lot of kids too.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, I'm not either here nor there.
Gun to the head. Did he molest kids?
Come on, dude. I'm not gonna. Come on, stop it. Stop it. I'm not gonna. I'll stop
But
it.
it's interesting how
gun to the head, Brian.
None of them. I just don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I don't know either.
But what I'm saying is the thing is what we're finding out is that we really don't know.
If he slept in the same bed as boys. If he was alone and he slept in the same bed with a boy,
I know.
I got a huge problem. I got a huge problem.
But if you're being weird, listen. This is what I'm saying though. Him being weird, him being having a strange upbringing, and having this what is. Do we make the jump that he's a serial molester?
Look.
It's not, but let me just make this point.
Yeah.
It's equivalent to saying that if a woman dresses slutty, that she deserves to be raped. That
No.
Or, you know what I mean?
That's an extreme.
What I'm saying is this: so. I always
the same logical.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. I always think you're spending a lot of time. I'm always suspect. I'm always suspect of. There are some great. Look, my son's been helped. He had some as a little boy. He had some issues just developmentally. He's been helped immeasurably by men who are experts in the field of child development, child psychology. They're great people, and I know for a fact that these are good people and everything else. So I'm not saying that, but when I see a dude who's always surrounding himself with young kids, especially boys, and
But it's not
sleeping
by the
over.
way, it's
Sleeping
not-
over. It's
but
like
that's the see what you just said right
I don't
there?
know what the fuck you're
No,
doing.
but this is what I'm
So you
saying.
ever hung out with a 10-year-old for
No,
more
I
than
haven't.
6 hours?
I can't. I get bored. I'm like, I love my
No,
son. My
but-
son's 7. He and his friends. I'm not hanging out with those
No
kids.
way.
What I do like, you guys go play. I'm going to be reading a book.
Dad
But
needs
you're
a
going down
calibrate.
but you're going down a line of logic that you're
Yeah.
saying if you do that, it means you're
I don't want to say
a
that.
monster.
Like I said, I don't want to say that because there are people that work with children who are great, and they might be men, women, and they're much needed and they're awesome.
Like the guy, what's the guy? Did the guy have a strange upbringing? Yeah.
When you
he
see
was, he
them-
was he was
Yeah.
he
He
was
painted his skin
abused. He
white.
was like he had a lot of
Yeah.
issues.
But we're finding out now the priests that ran orphanages, the priests, the brothers that ran those boys' homes, they were raping those boys.
Yes.
Those fucking assholes
Not all of
were
them.
pedophiles. A lot of them. A lot of those pedophiles were raping those boys, and they were putting themselves in those positions. And I think that's, those kinds of things always. Now we know better. So if my son on a Cub Scout trip, you have to be with him in the tent. A parent has to be with that child.
Yeah.
Because we don't fuck around anymore with that.
But I'm just
I-
saying, man, it's like you go down the rabbit hole of these things and like you really to find out like because even like again even like with the OJ trial, it's like you come to find out when you read stuff about the civil case.
Yeah.
Like the civil case is where you find out that he probably did it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
civil cases, where they were like, well, yeah, here are pictures of you with those shoes that you say you
Yes.
didn't have.
Yes.
Here is the evidence of this, and that. Like, the circumstantial evidence is enough because people get convicted on circumstantial evidence all the time because we don't really know. There's no
That's true.
camera when somebody's being killed.
That's true.
It's all circumstantial evidence, But in this case, I'm saying, so you have a documentary about it, you read it, you see this stuff. But I'm saying, in the Michael Jackson case, like, look, when Bill Cosby shit came out, it went from 0 to 60 like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's because there was.
Where are the other-
But there were like 10, 50 women came forward, right? I mean,
That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah. Like
no, what I'm saying
people
is
like this leave a long trail.
I know, but what I'm saying
If
is
there's all these victims,
Yeah,
there
where-
would be 100, according to these documentaries,
Yeah,
there'd be
where are
hundreds
these
of
kids?
children,
Of
who
children.
are
Where are
grown
they?
men now.
Well, that's a
who are
very
grown
good.
men
That's
now
a very good
who have
question.
nothing to lose.
My
And
ar-
Michael's
They
dead.
have nothing to lose. He's dead.
Nothing.
My argument with the Woody Allen's been ostracized completely based on a person's testimony of their memory when they were 7 that was given to her by her mom. And my thing is like Woody Allen, if child molesters have a lot, there are a lot of people that come forward. Like any of these priests, any pedophile, 50 people come forward. They're like, he did it to me too. He did it to me. It's a pattern.
Not always, though, especially with Woody Allen's case.
Nah, Woody Allen. I looked at that case twice. 2 criminal. He went through 2. That to me, I
Also,
think
with like
that's
Bryan
complete
Singer,
bullshit.
it gets super dark.
Well, that's dark. There are. I mean,
But those are civil
been a
cases.
river
Like people
forever.
want, like if you go through something horrible, and then you go, well, what do I want to get out of this? It's like, what do I want to get in the end? It's like, what For me, with the Michael Jackson thing, what's the justice? He's dead, right? What's the justice? Do you want to? It's
They're
just
trying to get money off the estate, right?
that's what they're trying to
That's
do.
all you can do.
That's all you
Because
can
his
do.
name's so fucked by now.
Yeah. So.
But even me,
That's
someone
a good
wanted to
point.
send me
Where
a
are the
shirt.
bodies? Right? Where are the bodies? Where are the rest of the boys?
Yeah. So I don't know.
So
I mean,
right
I don't
now,
know. But anyway,
2
the-
suspects, two people who are super suspect, right? With motivations beyond.
And it's just those two. It was only those two.
Yeah.
And the
who
people
are
and they're
witnesses
bringing up-
against.
Yeah.
And also,
the
one of them,
accusers.
the mom, it was like a stage mom. She would bring him to Jax, and Michael's like, "All right, what's up, dude?" Like,
No, but-
yeah, man.
but-
And the mom would force the kid. So
but
he hates that
see,
mom.
again, just going to the documentary part of it is all I'm really talking about. Is one of the moms specifically in the documentary says, when I found out he was dead, I was like, yes, because he can no longer hurt any other boys. She didn't find out about her son being molested, allegedly. He was already dead.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, if you're gonna have those kind of discrepancies
Be
in
better.
the documentary,
Do better.
It's like
Yeah,
do better. That's
Do
all
better.
I'm saying.
If you're gonna try tricking me, do better.
Yeah, if you're gonna like tear a guy down because you think this is important to get out,
Yeah.
and there's a message about abuse that is supposed to be important.
better.
Do better.
better.
Don't
Do
have
better.
these discrepancies.
Who
where you take-
did this bullshit documentary?
The actual director.
Yeah, let me see who this.
Where you
fucking
take
guy was.
45 minutes out of the documentary has already been taken out of it when they played it in Europe. They played it in Europe first, so when it came here to HBO, they had to cut 45 minutes of it
They played
because there was so many.
You know, they played it at Sundance,
Yeah,
and people
yeah.
walked out.
Yeah. Well,
What about well, there he is. What about?
You should see the interviews of him and the guys. There's just one great interview. Did you see that one great interview where this British journalist is reading a letter from the family and they're showing them how they're reacting, and it's just so like you just go, man, you guys look guilty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When they did the sit down with Oprah on Apple, I was like, what the fuck?
What about HBO?
She was leading the questions.
Why did HBO do their due diligence?
Because they don't care.
HBO doesn't care.
Get eyes on
the
it.
Jackson family's suing HBO, but HBO's like,
no, but they're only suing. They can only sue HBO because back in the day, Michael Jackson had an agreement with them.
Correct.
That you can't put anything out that disparages his character.
because they give them access to the Neverland Ranch.
Yeah,
right?
well, all that, whatever it was.
Like
so
they gave the cameras access from HBO, and that wasn't supposed to get out the footage.
So whatever it is,
It's
they're
something
suing
weird,
him for
yeah.
that. It's like a weird thing, man. But those kids actually couldn't sue until he was dead because they'd be liable also. So, but I'm saying, what justice? The justice is the guy's dead. Let's say he did all that terrible stuff. He's dead. What more justice
we can't
do
do
you need?
anything. I just ruin his legacy. He's still the king of pop.
But you should see their
Is he?
go online and look and see what they're suing, whatever that document is. You should see the things on there. Like they're saying that I would have been a multi-million-dollar director if it wasn't for him.
Hilarious.
So that's what if it wasn't for him, I would have done this, and
Yeah,
that.
you have to sue for damages.
But they say that Wade Robson, before he sued Jackson, he had to check into a clinic because his career wasn't going the way he thought, and he had a panic attack because he was lost.
And
then he comes to the Jackson family.
All I'm saying is all
then they
these
say no.
discrepancies.
Then he says, "Oh, he molested me." It's so suspect.
It's just like it's important. You're gonna put out something so damning that like
Dot your I's,
so
cross your
many
T's,
people
man.
are gonna
I
watch
agree.
it, and so many people are gonna be moved by it.
A lot of smart people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
Who have seen this tale before and go, "Hold up here, man."
Yeah, but it's like it's just like do your job,
I agree.
like, do your due diligence. That's
That shit was entertaining though. That shit was super entertaining.
I know. I haven't watched it.
I got to leave in like 5 minutes. By the
Let's
way,
go.
You want to
Next
just one more?
Yeah.
Give us another one.
Give us another one, Chin.
Let's do two quick ones here, real quick.
How about no more molesting?
LeBron James. This is from Barstool Sports. They said he threw like the worst house party, and if you look at it, it's just him and his boys in his backyard. Damn it!
They pulled it down.
Nah, this just sometimes it loads that way.
Oh.
But this is through his story. Okay, never mind. It's probably down.
They pulled it down.
But it was just him with his boys, like 4 or 5 of his boys, loud music, a bunch of chairs, and then like what do you call those? A billboard, whatever, playing stuff. And they were just smoking and drinking, smoking cigars.
Check it out.
Was
check
it
out.
the beginning?
Wait, hold on. LeBron James is 35. I know. Okay.
Yeah.
I wish you could see the video though.
I just think it's
They want to be like
he's 35.
They want to be like a Logan Paul party.
He's got an 18-year-old kid about to go to school. He's
about to go to the NBA.
And he's a dad.
I didn't know that.
No,
he's a dad.
his son's
He's a beast.
The only party that would have been worse is like a Brian Callen
his son
party.
his son got no. My parties are very fun.
Please, it's like a book club. You know?
And another thing about mitochondria, everyone.
People are like, you gotta be
voting rights. Well, campaign finance reform.
Yeah, that's a Brian Callen.
Yeah, he's
party.
not young.
He's not a young man.
Try to find the video later though. It's
So
amusing.
his son
It's
got
amusing.
his.
What's the other one?
All right.
Yeah, beast.
He just put his son on Instagram. He let him do it, and he got 1 million followers like this.
This one's about the general manager of the
like his
Lakers.
agent that lied.
Here's where here you go.
This
Do your
is like a documentary type thing. Do you watch it? Just play it. This is great.
Well, okay. I mean, if I play, it's gonna be weird. So, anyways, not the Joker. That movie, The Dark Knight, came out at a certain date.
Well, no, you're not telling the story fucking
Do
right.
it, please.
Kobe Bryant's agent, who's now the GM for the Lakers,
It's a nightmare.
Rob Pelinka.
A nightmare.
He's telling a story to like the Laker guys. He's trying to because he used to be Kobe's agent.
Trying to motivate him.
He's trying to motivate them, and he's saying what Kobe used as motivation. Play.
Really quick story. There was one time when Kobe, who I worked with for 18 years, was going back to play Madison Square Garden, and he had just seen The Dark Knight. Obviously, you guys saw that movie. And he's like, hey, hook me up with dinner with Heath Ledger because he got so locked into that role. I want to know how he mentally went there. And so we had dinner with Heath. And he talked
Okay, that's enough.
Pause.
Heath Ledger
Hit him.
was already dead.
That never happened.
Okay, Heath Ledger died
Before
6
the movie
months
aired.
before the movie
Yeah.
came out.
So did Kobe say that though, or did Kobe not say
No,
that?
Kobe's like, what? Kobe's coming out with like, keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah, he's like, I don't remember.
Don't
Heath
bring me
Ledger?
in. Yeah.
The fuck you talking about?
But here's the thing, though.
I like the.
Kobe-
I said I like the movie.
Kobe was known to find winners and want to talk to them.
Here's the point. Here's the problem with society right now. I get
It's a problem.
what this guy is trying to do. He's trying to motivate these young players. Look how lazy they're not even. They're unmotivated in the crowd right now. Look at it. They don't give a fuck.
The Rock
They're
starts
rich,
talking, and they're like this.
Yes, they're rich, entitled assholes.
Yes,
right. And he's trying to come up with a story to motivate them. The problem in society right now is that's being taped and broadcast on the internet, and they can be fact checked.
But also those kids somewhere on their phones, they go, Heath Ledger, Kobe.
Yeah.
Well, no, man, he died though. You just said that. Like they don't.
That's just it's just a weird.
Here's what he's got to do better. You do better.
Isn't it kind of weird how Rob Pelinka looks like a sort of skinny Brian Callen? You know what I mean?
Well, he does, especially next to The Rock, who couldn't be thicker.
That's like you. This is you and Brendan. Right?
I wish I looked like The Rock.
Fuck,
that dude is huge.
Is that all natural, Brendan?
Yeah. Hey, wait. Does it matter?
No,
nope.
I don't
Like he's not doing like.
No, he's not competing.
They're not testing for steroids in movies.
Competing.
You know what I mean?
He's so awesome.
Yeah, but look at him.
Gotta love him.
You get The Rock to save things.
What's funny is the Lakers.
I'm gonna get him on my podcast as my co-host.
These Lakers still didn't give a fuck.
It'll save my podcast.
Still didn't care?
Not really. Like he's giving him
what?
like Rock's telling his story, trying to motivate him, and then they pan, and it's just these young millionaire basketball players are like, all right, dude.
Yeah, because
we
they
can't relate to this.
We don't play ball.
Because they're like, hey, we did something too. You know how hard it is to sit in this room?
Yeah, it's true.
We're the LA Lakers.
Yeah.
Well, like your information may not be helping me. I just want to win games, and I got my own shit like that.
Kobe should be talking to him. Have fucking
Yeah, but why would
LeBron should be in
Have
there.
you seen Kobe's got a show called Details?
Yeah, where he breaks down like
He is the most boring motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like it is so
he's an assassin.
boring.
Yeah, it's so
It's
boring.
literally like you would love it. You know what I mean?
Hey, wait, no.
It's like
Don't say that. Don't say that.
you know, it's a similar cadence. It's
I don't know, man. I'm super entertaining.
Yeah,
It is strange.
Well,
not when you're talking about
Not when you're by yourself.
When you're talking about
when you're by
things that
yourself.
no one gives a fuck about.
Eric, you're turning on me right now.
I'm not turning on you. I'm just saying.
I hate to do it. I got to roll, man.
All right, buddy.
Details
Sorry,
with
pals.
Brian Callen.
Eric
You
Griffin
should
with
like-
Griffin.
that's not bad.
Details with Brian Callen. My new podcast.
Yeah, Riffin with Griffin and Brian Callen's going to be on in a few weeks. That episode we already did.
Dynamic, fun, and funny.
And I'm going to be at Nyack, New York, Levity Live.
I hear good
New
things
York.
about
West Nyack, right? West
Nyack. I'm there
Levity
this
Live.
weekend. I don't know when this is coming out. When
This comes out
Today.
tonight.
Oh yeah, so I'll be so this weekend, guys. Tomorrow, or whatever day it is, out there. So come on, check me out.
Indianapolis, I'll be there June 6, 7, 8. Still some tickets left.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, me and Brendan Schaub.
There's 100 tickets left at that show.
Orleans showroom, the June 15th. Then
There'll be a book reading
Yep.
at the end of the show.
Yep,
So make
there's a
sure
book
don't miss
reading.
that.
I'll be making a reading list for all of you. Eric Griffin will be reading from the books. Tempe, Arizona.
That'd be great.
Tempe, Arizona. My new tour, Bookworm, comes out.
Details.
I'll be in Tempe,
The
Arizona, June 20th, 21, and 22. Come to the Tempe Improv, you bastard.
All right, guys. I'm in Cleveland this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hilarities,
Hilarities,
Cleveland.
great club.
I'm excited,
Say hi to
man.
Vic.
Dog Pound,
Vic,
come
Saturday.
get it. Burbank next. I think that's Friday. That's June 8th. I got
Burbank?
Rappaport
Wait,
and
just
Fahim.
in Burbank? Where?
Flappers.
Well, can you?
Nah, they'll figure it out, you know?
Just
I want
Burbank?
all of Burbank to come. Flappers. I got Michael Rappaport and Fahim with me on that show. That's one show only. Vegas with Callen, 100 tickets left. And then Calgary just announced Yuck Yucks Calgary. And then Brea after that. Get your tickets, tvk.com. Eric, we appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, guys.
This is The Violent Kid. We're out.
Yeah.